Hopefully good. Happy Friday. Oh my God. Yo, MJ, I'll do great. And when I saw the time, not gonna lie, I thought it was gonna be Tears of the Kingdom. Distraught. It was going to be. It was going to be, actually. So, you know, you weren't off. It was intended to be. And now it isn't. Now it isn't. Oh my God. Yeah, I had every intention of doing Tears of the Kingdom today. I had every intention of doing it today. Believe you me. But then I got a message and I was like, all right, fair enough. The last 3 days have been exhausting. In paperwork, rushing around town, oh my God, and I was the least involved in any of it, and I'm tired. And the next few days will be exhilarating, exhausting. Driving for 15 hours to Bermuda way. Yeah, that ocean, it's killer. It's a killer drive. At least I can relax for a minute here. Let's go. Hot, broken. Oh my God. I reset my Minecraft realm today. Ayo, Pog. Start of summer, seemed like a good time. Makes sense. Did you upgrade to 1.20 to get them sick little, the absolutely crazy go bonkers blossom forests? I forgot the word cherry. I forgot the word cherry for a second. Oh my God. But yeah, Edward, I'm sorry. I had every intention of doing some Tears of the Kingdom, and then you know, I didn't. Then I was gonna play Hades, and then I was like, no, I guess I should play some Minecraft. I don't know, and I was having it on, and yeah, I think I switched which game I was capturing in my Streamlabs OBS like 4 times before stream started in the last like 30 minutes. I just kept like going, because I had plans for each of them, but I wasn't sure which one I was gonna get to when. You know what I mean? I'll drown my sorrows in tomorrow's dinner. Beef bulgogi. Oh my God, beef bulgogi. I'm sorry. I love none for that. Why? Oh my God. I'm so tired. So tired, Polian. Stuff's spinning emotions up and down. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. I mean, like, I kind of wish it would have been a good time. You know how, like, if you ever like move, or like you move someone else, or like you're doing a lot in a given day, and then you got that, like, that full bone tired, or that tired when you've been in the sun all day. Like you're at like an amusement park, and then you just like, you get home and lifting your arm alone feels like a lot, even though you didn't like maybe physically do anything. It was just like the sun eating away at your skin all day or whatever. But yeah, it's so I was hoping it was kind of like that, because that's the more fun kind of tired. But in this case, it sounds like it's not. So I'm sorry to hear that, dude. The medicals is that's true. It's very bad. It is a problem. Oh my God. But anyway, all that said, you know, I mean, it could, you know, it could be the case that I got nothing. I got nothing. I tried to think about how I'd put this one in here. This is a 0 out of 10. I got nothing for Twitter about it. I don't really want to talk about Twitter, so I was like, I got nothing. I was like, there's no way I'm ham-fisting this one in. So it's just gonna have to live. Oh, I guess I could have brought up the old Zuckbucks friggin' new thing, which personally I'm not migrating to, but whatever. A lot of people seem to be. Conspiracy theory. I think a lot of content creators were paid. Just because like a lot of them posted at like the exact same time about their new account, and I was like, okay. I mean, in fairness, a lot of them I'm sure also just, you know, made the account for the sake of like not letting their name be taken by someone else random. You know what I mean? They need something. Why can't they just like not the snork me. Oh my God, you can't delete your Threads account without deleting your... I know, right? That's a smart decision by old Zuckbucks. Old Zuckerberg. That's a smart choice by him. I mean, sucks for any consumers. Don't get me wrong. Genuinely awful experience as a user. But good plan for him. For anybody who didn't realize that that's gonna happen, because then if they try to leave, they can't. You know? Well, I don't really give much thought into the social media platforms, as can be told from how often I already don't use my Twitter. So yeah, like there's one social media that I use, and it's TikTok, and in that case, I don't really consider it social media. You know what I mean? I'm not being social on it. I'll tell you that much. Matter of fact, I'm being rather antisocial on it. I don't. Oh my god. G plus who? Huh? I was on G plus. What's G plus? Found the remnants of a Lego forum they were very close to before it died. So confused. What is G plus? What? Google plus. Yeah. Oh wait, the thing that the YouTube accounts were all linked to. Okay, I remember now. I recall. Oh man, I remember now. I recall now. I'm not. It's not that I don't remember because I wasn't old. I just haven't thought about it since I don't know a bunch of years ago when they were like, and now your YouTube must be connected to your Google Plus. That's all that I remember about it. Oh, and it had circles. So you could put groups for your friends. It was very odd. It was very corporate for like what's meant to be a social media. You know what I mean? It felt weirdly like devoid of life in any capacity of meaning, or like any capacity where you might be like, oh gee, okay, yeah, that's gonna be real fun to can't wait to go home and be on Google Plus. Like that was genuinely the goal of social medias like Twitter and Facebook, was that like, you know, you would go home and or at the end of the day or whatever, or you'd sneak into school, you'd sneak out your phone to use the social media platform. I don't think anybody was doing that with Google Plus. I think the teacher catches you opening up to make a new circle in Google Plus, they're just gonna assume you're like doing group work for a class. I think they're just like, that's okay, Timmy, you can keep going. That's you know what? I don't even care. That's weird, and you're kind of weird for using it. But you know what, Timmy? Good for you. Don't go to that hat store. No, listen, Timmy. I know it's called a Tripoli. Timmy, please. I know. Timmy, you don't need to. Oh God, Timmy, take that off. Timmy, please. Eddie. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyway, I made a joke today. It's approaching my 13th anniversary of playing Minecraft, which means I'd played Minecraft as long as that. I should have known that it was coming. Like, I should have known that that's where that would end up in the end. I shouldn't have had to, like, go through the full message to realize where it was going to end. Oh my God. What are we talking about? We're talking about social media platforms and the news around them. That's why I have two YouTube accounts. The account I gave you for VODs uses my email, but the account I use to watch videos on is a weird alien G plus dead link. Oh. Even teachers laughed at Google Plus. Oh my God. I'm running back this way because I want to get a bunch of the clay that I think I have up there. Here, actually, let me empty this inventory real quick first so that I can take a bunch. But yeah, I got plans for today. We're going to be expanding the industrial district. I hope to actually build a full factory today and continue on our merry little way. But, you know, it seemed like the right time. You know, it seemed like the right time to do so, to expand the roadways and start to really fully industrialize that section of the map. Because we're gonna need more. We're gonna need way more industry to get this place moving. I'm talking like kelp farms. Like we're gonna need. I don't want to have to keep going mining for coal. We're gonna industrialize the absolute heck out of this place. That can go there. Oh, that's the wrong chest. That chest can't be filled. That chest can't be filled. He's actually running to the mountain for some quick lore, and then he's gonna phase it into Tears of the Kingdom. I'm heavily joking, but also I mean, it's not like I never considered that. As a matter of fact, I originally planned to do the 2-year lore at like the top of stream and then just go do Celeste for the rest of stream. And then I was like, no, it's the 2 years. I want to spend it on the actual, I actually want to spend the 2 years fully on the Minecraft world. But yeah, like originally that had been my intent. And then I just never got around to actually doing any of it. And then I can go there as well, and that's probably good. 2 years? Oh, the 2-year anniversary stream where I did lore? It was like almost a month ago now? Month ago lore? 2 years of Dream Daddy? No, the 2-year stream that we did like a month ago. Where I was gonna, where we went to lore and then it fades out. We don't go anywheres with it after that. I just faded out and ended stream. That lore? You were going to, I was going to transition to Celeste originally because we hadn't finished Celeste. And then, but because Edward had suggested, no, you heard Tears of the Kingdom because that's what Edward had suggested. But yeah, no, I ended up deciding not to because I was like, that's a weird vibe. That's I don't see the I don't see the synergy in that, man. I don't know, dude. I think it's missing a synergy. It's not targeting all 4 quadrants of the market. That would be a weird vibe. It would, wouldn't it? And I'm like, I feel like you can't just leave off on like soup trapped and maybe doomed forever, and then just be like, all right, Celeste. I feel like those two don't mix. Call me crazy. You should have made a deal with a god for that hill/mountain. Oh my god. Yeah, I should have. I should have made a deal that they would have given me more gems. It's always so weird when you do lore at the start of stream. I know, right? It's a difficult thing to transition out of. It really is. I've always favored just, you know, straight up hard breaks where I just go, anyway, lore over, and then keep going, because I'm like, that's probably the cleanest way to do it. I want to stretch like a cat. Long neck stretch. Oh man, you gotta play Stray. Just boot up Stray, play that for a little bit. Or get a pull-up bar. High key recommended, hanging in a doorway. It's great. You just hang off of it. Hang off of it for hours. Well, maybe not hours, but you can hang. You can also put yourself upside down. But I do recommend, if you're doing that, have someone else there, on account of sometimes if you've hung upside down long enough, the blood rushes to your head, and then weirdly enough, it's then kind of difficult to then curl up the way that you need to do the full body like crunch to get back up to unhook your legs. And then you're kind of just there, and you gotta call someone and be like, and you're not really making a bunch of sense because all the blood's rushed to your head, and you're like, I'm upside down. Can you come upside down me? And then they go, I'm not even like on your block. What do you mean? And I go, well, listen, I might die, so if I do, you can have the hardcore world, and then you continue on your way. But anyway, that's, I mean, I'm just hypothetically, you know. No, total hypothetical. Nothing to do with me, personally. See, I just personally wouldn't even own a doorway. I just wouldn't even have doorways. I personally don't believe in them. I think they're a problem. Super's trapped in a metaphorical closet. I think Celeste transition is appropriate. Oh my god. Disagree. Next time you start with lore, end stream immediately afterwards, 4 minutes into stream. Okay, you know what? Fair enough. And then just restart it again. I have actually considered, like for instance, the whatchamacallit, Lee-side, the like Lee-side stream that like we had all that mess with whatever previous nap that was. I had considered that if I put in a little more, and I made a rendition roughly of that, but then I just cut it and was like, nah, I just won't do that. Where what I was gonna do was like stream would just start and go, and because that whole recording is about 45-50 minutes. And so I had considered potentially just like whacking that out, and then that would be stream would like add an additional like half-hour worth of content, and then it's like an hour 15 minutes. But I was like, yeah, but people expect the 4 hours. They like I know technically speaking there are streams that exist that are only about an hour, but then I'm like, but that feels like I've done nothing. Like at the end, like on Monday, I genuinely was like, this doesn't feel like I streamed, because it didn't. It felt weird. I was like, I don't feel like I actually did anything today. It feels very odd. This feels very off, and I didn't like it. Wasn't a fan. The auto smelter. No. Go fine on my side, not gonna lie. I mean, fair enough. Well, I guess that's like one of the other key differences is I don't think most people aren't typically here for the full 4 hours. Which fine. I mean, either or is great, but that's also like part of why I'm like, oh, I guess people don't exactly. But also, I'd feel bad for anybody who'd like show up at like the 1.5 hour mark, the 2 hours. Like, I cleared my scheduled nap so I could be here for the majority of your stream, and then there's just nothing. There's just nothing. I guess I could precede it by saying there was gonna be a short stream, but I don't know. It feels like I've then played my hand too much. How do you do the thing? Is it like, how do you do the thing where you like fully can just send all of one type of thing from your inventory to a chest? I know you can. I know it's possible. Don't know how. Ah, right. No, there's no coal. Well, you know, you can't. Oh, these are all just doing copper, huh? Okay. Well, you know, that's. I'm sure that's fine. I'm sure. What? There's nothing wrong with that. There we go. Move that. Move that. Move that. Take all this copper out real quick, because you know I would just rather it be making the clay into brick right now. That would be swell. I'm gonna go get some more coal from the storage facility. I'm clearly the only one affected on here. Oh my god. That's not your fault, to be fair. What's not my fault, to be fair? I can clear my schedule, but like if you're not streaming, oh well, I'm gonna be dramatic about it. Well, I mean, well, like it is and it isn't. I mean, you know, if I say that I have a schedule of this date to this date and I don't give a whole lot of advance notice, like I would want to at least give a couple days notice if I wasn't gonna be streaming very long on a day. I feel like I'd feel terrible if I just randomly was like, all right, bye, and then just ended at like 20, like an hour 20 kind of thing. I'd be like, well, that. What if people were like, oh man, I really wanted to see nap stream all day, all 24 hours of that day. Hold one stack in your mouse and then shift double click a different stack, then shift double click a different stack. Interesting. I see. Okay, we'll try that. Nap, read my message. Except Tears of the Kingdom. I don't know. Maybe is not the right word, but you know, it's not like I feel like it's not like a negative thing in my mind to. It did it! It did it! Oh my God, MJ, you're a genius. You can give an hour's notice. That's okay. Life happens like the dishwasher. No, it doesn't. Actually, the dishwasher debacle, wild, absolutely bonkers how that ended out. But you know that was just, by God, I of all the things to have happened, that was not what I thought was gonna happen. I ended up watching like a plumber just rock'em sock'em some robots, man. It was insane. What is this? No, none of this is meant to be down here. What? Why is this down here? No! None of this is meant to be down in the lower hopper. What happened? What happened? No! No! This is meant to have none of that in it. Yo! Edward, thank you so much for the gifted, dude. Oh my god. How'd the dishwasher end? Well, it's fixed now. The dishwasher's fixed now. I realized I just cut myself off on it. The dishwasher is fixed now. The trouble is that I then bore witness to like just an absolute I don't think they physically came to blows. I didn't see it, but like just an absolute meltdown on the part of my landlord, which was just wild. Because the plumber was explaining how much it was going to cost to fix, because I think it was a bigger issue than me. It seems like it was something to do with the building itself. I'm not totally clear on it. But anyway, it was insane to watch that shouting match. I personally, I thought it was very entertaining, but I was like, oh no, you actually have to spend some of the money that I give you on the building and its maintenance. You can't just collect. Oh, jeez. Oh, that sucks, man. You can't just collect this money and not do anything. Why was one of the furnaces not smelting? Because it didn't have coal in it. It's smelting now. It didn't have coal. That's why I had to go get more coal. Rip the revolution, doing my best to keep the status quo. Oh my god. Like more than that to kill the revolution. Oh buddy, I could kill the revolution fairly easily. Oh my god. I can end this revolution real quick. Vive la révolution. Why didn't the minecart put coal in it? Oh, because it was filled. It was filled with other junk. I'm not sure why it filled with other junk. That's what I was taking stuff out from. Was those back ones. They had filled in for whatever reason with clay and sand and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, that's not meant to be down there. And so then when I took that out, it was then able to fill it with coal. And then it was able to use that coal. No plan. Next time you start streaming with lore, do the lore, then cut to the next time on the Angels Empire and leave it there for an entire 4 hours. Oh my god. Next time on the Angels Empire. How do you kill an idea? Fairly easily. I mean, you know, you just kind of provide a better idea. And or just absolutely silence and suppress whoever talks about the other idea to a point that then they don't talk about it anymore. It's pretty great. Pretty potent. You just administer a lethal injection of banned words. And bada bing, bada boom. You just enter a lethal dosage of change the chat rules. And then bada bing, bada boom. Easy elo, easy life. I wouldn't even have to worry about it. I'd just set up a bot. Bot would take care of it. It could be easy. But alas, I am benevolent. I am benevolent and so kind to the people. And so, because I went the wrong way. And so I allow you to have your freedom of will and thought. Don't suppress me, sad face. Don't suppress me. I don't know why you said sad face in my mind. You know the song Gary Come Home from SpongeBob? You know Gary Come Home? You know where he's like all deflated, he's like a U shape, he's all sad? I was picturing that It's the sad face. And you know what? That feels pretty great. Speaking of, you know what? Did you guys know? Total side note. Did you know that there's an old ad for McDaniel's that's like got Grimace in it for like a $1 burger or whatever they started selling. And it's the whole ad is Grimace and Donald Trump just like fighting over a burger. Like it's Donnie looking for some business advice from Grimace. It's insane. It blows my mind. Like why that just exists. And I don't know why. I don't know what the connection they felt he needed to be out of the deal, baby. Yeah, that's where he learned it all. That's how'd you learn it? How'd you build your conglomerate? I talked to Grimace, and he gave me sound advice. My God, just so many random appearances like existed of that man prior, and like they'll always now have this weird air about them where you're like, right, yes, he wasn't always okay, huh? Well, at least not always publicly, I should say. But anyway, I don't mean to bring that up for anything like larger than just the fact that I thought it was funny given that Grimace is in the news again, and I got it recommended. Like, it was a 12-year-old video on YouTube, and it got recommended to me along with so like what's wild is growing up, I would go if I ever went to like my grandparents or whatever, they had, I don't know, children's programming they wanted me to watch at the time that like I guess was like recorded from when my cousins were there. I don't, I'm not sure when it was recorded. It's on the old like square, like the VHS things, and they would just slap those babies on and be like, that's fine, because they didn't have like cable or streaming anything or anything like that. And I was just kind of like, okay, because they lived anyway. This is all complicated to explain, but long story short, I ended up watching like VHS things whenever I was there, and I was like, okay. And recently, alongside that 12-year-old video of a random McDaniel's ad, I also got an even older video of like, oh no, 1 second, no, please, Mr. Spider. Oh, Mr. Spider, why? I'm trying to take all the things, Mr. Spider. Mr. Spider, please. I could just kill you guys. Oh my God, why? It doesn't work in reverse! It doesn't work in reverse, and that's a crime! But anyway, and now I've had this jingle for this game ad that was like, so, because they would, I guess they recorded it just off the TV? Because it had ads in it still. It wasn't just TV shows. It like had the ads still in them. I guess they just like recorded over television and onto these things, and then we're just like, yeah, it's fine that it has ads in it, which was very weird, but whatever. So they still had ads, and so now I just have this like repository of ads that I can like go back and look at. I mean, I guess nowadays I'd have to go find a VCR or whatever, but it's this repository that's just like of these ads from like eons ago, and some of them are so weird, man. Old ads are like insane. Like genuinely bonkers, and I don't know like what people were on to cause it to be that way. Yeah, why can't it? Okay, it only goes one way. Oh no, it does go that way. Okay, I tried that, it just didn't work the first time. Weird. Yo, random Aldo. The run out of charge. Good night, Ab. Good night, Jack. Good night, Gred. Sleep well, dude. I had a few, but a lot of them were Spanish learning channels. Most of them were watching was DVDs. Well, and that's the thing, is like what they had was like, I don't know when they recorded. Like some of it was stuff from the 70s. I'm pretty sure. Like it had to have been. I think it was just their collection. Like so, instead of having cable, what they would do would just be select. They had like this whole wall of them, and they would just select one at random and then put it on, and it would just have like relevant stuff to like 40 plus years ago, like ads that no longer matter, and television shows that like aren't on the air anymore, and just random episodes. It's just pure streamlined TV of a given day of broadcasting from random dates. What does a hat mean? Yeah, the hat's the subscription. Everybody gets a hat. You get a hat when you sub. Little hat, little bicorn. Always everywhere before I forget. I'm doing fantastic, man. How are you? How's life? How's the wife? How's the kid? Is a cool invention. Yeah, well, they'd explained it to me, I guess, at one point. And yeah, they would just like put these, like, they'd put them in, and then you could just like hit a record button. But like, that seems bonkers to me, because how was that allowed to be built into television? In the sense that, like, I'm not saying it shouldn't be. It's good that it was, but like, it came pre-built that way. But isn't that like a copyrighted for, like, how is that not just piracy with extra steps? How are they mad about piracy? But that doesn't count. When did that change? Oh my god. Single life is great. Let's go. You and me, you and me both, brother. Let's go. Why is it gold? It's different badges for different amounts of time. So yeah, like it's a gold what? 9 months. Yeah, so it's a 9. That's like if you've been subscribed for 9 months, then you get gold. Edwards is for 2 years or more. At the 2-year point, it turns into the rainbow one. They were all made by bees, actually. Funny enough. They were all made by bees eons and eons ago. About 2 years ago now, actually. And yeah, they're real cool. They're like sub badges, which I never thought I would need. But then Bees was just like, I made these. And I was like, oh, can I pay you? And Bees was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. Are you sure? Because like, I feel bad. And Bees was like, no, take them. Just take them. And we went back and forth on Discord for a little bit. And then eventually I was just like, okay. And I took them. But they're sick. I love them. When did you start streaming? I started streaming in January of 2021. This world started in June of 2021. So like this hardcore world's a little over 2 years old. Imagine. Well, I felt bad. Oh no! Wait, what was that? Yo, Jason Fortnite, thank you so much for the follow, dude. Appreciate it. Hello. How do? Also, hi Nova. How's it going, man? But yeah, the hardcore world itself is about 2 years old. Just freshly, like as of June, it hit 2 years. But I technically started streaming from January to about May, outside of like 2 or 3 people, who occasionally still come back. And that was like, it was basically just to me, that I streamed. And then May hit, and then MJ and Tyler and a few other people showed up. I'm pretty sure Tiger showed up at that time too. And then most people started showing up June, July, and August of 2021. I'd never want to help. I'm here for a goofy, silly, fun time. Oh my god. Breath of the Wild episode 8 thumbnail. That's me. You're the lizard? You personally? You're the lizard? You know what? I actually saw that in my sub box today. Or like the latest one with like the pointing upwards at the what do you call it? Like where Link's pointing up at the laser, and it's like number 9, and I was like, I streamed 9 episodes. Like for whatever reason, even though I did a week of it, like I just in my own mind, I was like, yeah, I did Zelda in like 3 streams, which is not true in the slightest. It's just categorically untrue. But I'm just like, oh my god. I'm just like, yeah, that happened. I'm YouTuber in the hardcore video. Oh, do you make hardcore video? Oh, that's cool, dude. I was shocked that I had to make a thumbnail with double digits, man. I figured like 7. Yeah, say I was just like, yeah, that like it felt like it went by very quick and in very few streams. You know what I mean? Well, I guess especially because the final Divine Beasts. I did a Divine Beast stream for 3 streams. One stream was the final stream was all the memories and Ganon. And then I guess I just messed around for 5 streams. I guess. I honestly don't know. How to get my Xbox games on my or games on my Xbox on my computer? Is it like with Game Pass, or do you mean like you're just trying to boot up Xbox games onto a computer? Oh my god, good stream. Thank you. I try. Oh my god, Cole. How? No, you know what? I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that for future Napoleon. He's gonna be thrilled. He's gonna be amped. Someday in future, I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be just begging for Cole. I'm gonna be crying for it. Crying out to the heavens themselves just to get some measly coal. And it's gonna be there. It's gonna answer my call. Let's see. I probably have some stone, right? Stanley took 2, Portal took 2. Lots of them were short. Yeah, that's the thing. Most times I guess I play other games than Minecraft. I'm done in like 2 to 3. I actually, that's the thing, funny enough, when I booted up Hades, I realized I was like, oh, I must have only ever done 2 streams of this because I only have 8 hours in it. And I was like, oh. It feels like I did more. It feels like that took up more time at some point. But I guess not. I guess it never did. And I was just a fool for thinking so. I was... What happened? Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, never mind. Never mind, I remember what happened to all my stone. Never mind. I think there's a few other places that might have stone. Oops. Oh my god. Oh, sweet Jesus. Tears of the Kingdom will feel like one even if you spend 96 hours in it casually playing. Oh my god. You spent 1 stream collecting lizards and doing Eventide Island. I had a blast. I think that's one of my favorite streams. My god. I enjoyed the random stuff. Man, I'm gonna go back. I still need to go back. I need to go do the there's like a maze dungeon thing that seemed cool. There's like quests with that dude who's building a house. That seemed neat. There was what happened to your stone? I used it, Edwards. Correct. All got used. I know, but what for? Probably a project somewhere. Who knows? Yeah, probably. You know what? Yeah, probably the walls. Probably the walls. Yep. Walls. Yeah, I mean, see how much stone got used in this? Jeez. Look at all this. None of this was stone originally. It was all this stuff. Oh, and so much stone got used. Nope, not a whole lot. Huh, maybe I don't have that much stone left. Not super useful. Oh, a bunch of coal. That's useful to know about. Okay, maybe down at the bottom of the mine. How much of this stone have I used? I feel like we've had a mining stream relatively recently. Am I losing it? I took the stance, since I'm moving on to Tears of the Kingdom, I could focus on side quests in Tears of the Kingdom and skipped a bit Breath of the Wild. I've been meaning to go back, to go Tears of the Kingdom now, but I've beaten it, it's just these Switch more than me right now, too. Fair. Yeah, some gravel, why not? But that's not really what I need. I'm losing my marbles. Where? It's gotta be somewhere. It's gotta be somewhere. I can't be this out of stone. I refuse to believe it. Not a stone inside. Yeah, exactly. What do you mean? Why would stone be involved in any future builds? That makes no sense. You're crazy. You're crazy. Crazy. Go. What? Oh, I thought Dinner Bone was down there. Oh my god. I got worried. I was like, Dinner Bone, don't go down there. Dinner Bone. Oh my god. I can't believe you guys would think there'd be any sort of involvement with that. That'd be weird. That'd be what? Lore? No. You guys, you sound insane. You sound crazy. Good night again. Good night, Gwen. My god. You haven't heard the name Dinner Bone in a while? Get better friends. Jeez. Oh, there's some stone. Perfect. Do better. Oh. Partial to Grum myself. No, I'm not. That's a lie. See, and that's, I don't know. Breath of the Wild, genuinely so fun. I've just been messing around with it like all weekend. Like literally all week since I stopped. Outside of outside of work, Minecraft on Monday and that stream on Wednesday. It's been all I've been doing. I've been neglecting responsibilities. Just been like, yeah, but Breath of the Wild. I've just been like slamming through different things. Oh man, it was sick. I killed a lion the other day. I only got hit once in the whole fight. It was great. Felt so cool. Very nice world. Thanks, dude. It's slow going at times, in terms of like how much has been done and how much hasn't, but I really enjoy it. None of the like huge builds are really like in this area. I mean, the biggest thing is gonna be probably that area, or maybe the docks. Probably has been the quote unquote physically biggest build to occur. But yeah, I mostly just pick away at stuff that's in the city. An idea I have for my mom's birthday, which is gonna be next month. Gonna get a cake my great grandma used to make for it. Oh my god, wait, that's so sweet. Aw, that's so sweet. That's such a sweet idea. It's so big. Oh, thanks. It's meant to be a capital. Like it's slowly becoming a capital city. Like over here is an industrial district. Down that way is a commerce district. Up there's the actual like palace that's getting built. The farmlands is beyond the river on that side. The actual outer walls are way over there, and they kind of go way out and beyond, and then beyond that way, and then I got the Central Park over that way and stuff like that. But yeah, no, it's been big fun making this whole thing. Alrighty. In the interim, why? Oh god. No, I have some. I do. I just need to go get it. Gonna leave this here, and then we're gonna run back quickly to the dock area to grab a bit more. Need some help. Hey, yo, Pog, dude. Well, I mean, that sounds like both a great thing to do for both you and your dad, because I don't know, I enjoy baking with people. But then also, that just sounds like a really sweet idea. I'm sure your mom will love it, dude. That's great. Oh, man. Now I want cake. Now I want cake. This was a fiendish plan, a plot from the beginning, just to make the poor dreamer want cake. I want what I cannot have. You expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond, I expect you to die. That had no relevance to anything anybody said. It just popped into my head. Which it happens. It happens. Speaking of cake, I still have some birthday cake left. BRB. Oh, why? You fiend! You monster! Give me the cake. Give me the cake, Edward, please. Oh my god. Edward really heard me be like, oh man, I want cake. Oh well, it's always the things that you can't have you want most. Edward's like, Well, that's crazy, because I'm actually gonna go get cake. You know, absolute monster. Just a fiend, truly. Genuinely glad you played Breath of the Wild in your free time. Enjoyed it. Didn't just get bogged down by beating it. You really enjoyed it. It's so much. I mean, well, I just realized in the last stream I was like, oh, okay, I just shouldn't be streaming any of the side stuff. And I was like, okay, fair enough. And then yeah, I've just been messing around with it since. You know what? Yeah, we're gonna. Oh my god, did I not grab dirt? It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. You're fine. We're all fine. Everything's good here. Everything's as it needs to be. Oh my god. And then we'll slap that one in there, and I thought I grabbed. Oh, I put it in that thing over there. It seems like Tears of the Kingdom. What I want most, I can't get. Okay. Edward's like, yeah, well, maybe you should have played Tears of the Kingdom today. Maybe that nap. Maybe you shouldn't have dragged me along, making me believe. Oh no, I'll have to put out an apology video. Oh sweet Jesus. Let me get my ukulele. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh gee. Oh sweet Jesus. Oh no, I need to apologize if I need to meet the severity of the tone of what I'm being. Anyway. Side whistle apology or bust. Oh my god. No, I would do way better than that. I would do way better. It would be a rousing speech. It would be you wouldn't even see it coming. You'd be like you'd be amazed. You'd be like, my god, I'm ready to go fight. I'm ready to go fight for the country. It'll be it'll be unlike anything you've ever seen. You'll be like, oh my stars, this is fantastic. And yeah. Bye, funny streamer. Bye, dude. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, man. I hope it is big bog. I hope it is enjoyable. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna have to get my mom out of the house so that me and my dad can make the cake. Thank God she has a lot of siblings. Oh, employment of the siblings. Oh. It sounds like you're in the planning phase. You're pulling out the 5-star general hat. You're putting together the battle plans. My god. Secrets like that are always fun. I enjoy them at the very least. And you see, Chad, as my enjoyment is just what everyone enjoys, clearly, and I'm not biased towards that. That's just a bona fide fact. Nothing else. Pure, unadulterated fact. It could not ever possibly be that something that I personally enjoyed is not something that everybody didn't enjoy. I mean, that's crazy. That's crazy talk. What enjoyment can you have unless it's content? So true, so true. Even when playing Breath of the Wild alone, I go, oh, did you see that? Oh, Pog? Oh my god. I'm actually, not that I can't understand. I'm sure like it's a legitimate thing for some people, but I personally have never had that problem. So I've just always been like, oh yeah, I guess. They're like, sometimes you just can't turn it off, and I'm like, I guess. I mean, I can turn it off pretty easily, but sure. It's not rocket science, but you know, I'm sure that makes sense for some people. In fairness, you know, they're doing a lot more than I would be. Yo, Thunder! I speak for the knees, and for some reason, they're all hammered in. Oh my god. Thunder, you feel... Thunder, I got asked by TikTok if I felt threatened by you. One of your comments got flagged by TikTok to be like, is this a threat against your life? I was like, no, it's fine. TikTok was worried about me. They were like, I mean, obviously it's a bot. It's not like Mr. TikTok himself came to my door and went, Napoleon, please, I need to talk to you. They just held your comment for a review and they were like, should this be reported? And I was like, no, it's fine. What do you mean? Oh my god. Some people are really bad for separating work from life. Not me, baby! I mean, in fairness, this just also doesn't feel like work. This just feels like fun. This is just fun and games and haha hee hee ho. They have to sail to your door. Oh my god, Bermuda for life. Let's go. And then I probably just need a huge swath of dirt to then build on that side. Or, well, I guess what makes more sense? Huge swath of dirt, expanding this out into a flat plane, or lowering down to this side. Mayhaps lowering down. Mayhaps that is more. I think lowering down. Retaining wall on the path. That's what I was gonna say. Cause like on this other side. Hello there. Hey, yo, wait, you made it. I'm sitting in the ice. Oh my god. The Twitch metrics about to go wild after today's stream. Oh my god. But yeah, like this kind of a retaining wall on this side. Dude, how you doing, man? I hope you're doing well, Mello. Hope life's treating you well. My good gracious. Oh my god. Mello calling in. Who would have thought? Oh my god. Mello is trying to contact the Twitch chat. Speaking of airport, why is that concerning? Why is that a concerning statement? Why, Edward? What do you have planned, sir? That statement just fuels me with the utmost of concern. There's a bed over here, right? Yeah, baby! Taking a nerve gun through. Oh, I didn't catch it. Breaking news! Napoleon hates natural water features and removes regions' access to fresh water? What do you mean? Oh my god. What are you talking about? I'm just adding some, I'm just changing some things, okay? Listen, it's fine. This is what I'm manifesting destiny. Don't worry about it. Oh my god. I better not get a call over this. I better not get nobody better file a complaint. Oh my god. If the Environmental Protection Agency gets a hold of any of this, oh my god. I can't deal with them. I can't. Where's Pig when you need them? Oh my sweet lord. You leave them out of this. I better not hear not a single word about this from any of you. Oh my god. Where's the journalist? No, don't talk to journalists. Don't talk to any of them. This is all secret. Come on. Stream delay on the airplane now that I think about it. Oh no. Oh my god. What if I miss lore? It'll be fine. Good lord. Can't believe chatters are absolutely tried it. Listen, there wasn't even fresh water here. This is a stagnant cesspool. There's nothing being lost here. Kind of glad our trip got delayed so I don't have to delay the car 15-hour road trip. Oh my god. Zuckerberg. I barely met her. I don't know if I posted it. You did, and I snorted. I saw it and I went. It was great. It's genuinely 11 out of 10. Great execution. Topical. My god. It just works. It just works. I can't believe you guys are out here trying to put me. Exactly, getting rid of local biohazard. They're trying to put me down. They're trying to put bad words onto my name. I'm not doing nothing wrong. I'm just expressing myself. Yeesh, some people come around here try to tell me what's what. Try to tell me, oh gee whiz, Napoleon, you can't just do that. You can't just fill something in. My god. The Binding of Isaac has taken over my entire being. So you might say that you're feeling quite bound to it. I'm so confused. What human rights is not violated with... I'm not! Oh my god, State Propaganda is alive and thriving. No, it's... Oh my god. I tried to see how many I could get him with. Oh my sweet lord. Feed. Aren't you? Yeah, Edward, don't you work for the government? You fiend? Trying to absolutely subvert your role. My god. My god, what do you think this is? Something with checks and balances? Buddy. None of those kicking around here. It was 7 in the hour wait for the bag check. Sweet Christmas, you can't do this. He's already dead. No! Not the gumdrop buttons. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? The Muffin Man! Sorry, I can't not. It would be a crime. It would just be a crime to not. You know what I mean? Like it can't be left unsaid. Nah, it's an unofficial PR team. It's not good looking good. I need you to get a ukulele apology. Stat! Oh my god. Well, there is a way around that, MJ. You could simply hijack the plane in a video game. But you know, I just don't know how well that's gonna work out for anybody. I don't know if that's really gonna be the best option, you know? All things being considered as they are, you know? You know. Then this, come out this side. Perfect. Like a glove. Can't recommend doing that to a plane on the way to us. No, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, you know, nobody in Bermuda cares about stuff like that. You know what I mean? You should encourage that. An internet personality. I mean, listen. What do you think? Yeah. What do you mean? Don't encourage that. First they say don't fill in the water. Then they say don't encourage rampant acts of domestic. I mean, what do you think? Twitch is gonna call me? They're gonna dial me up. They're gonna be like, get a hold of that man right now. Okay. Oh, everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. Everybody be cool. No, it's fine. It's fine. You're very misled. You're very misled. No, 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 none of that's happening. None of that's happening. No, no, I understand. I get it. But it's fine. It's fine. No, no, you don't understand. You don't understand. Of course. No, no, you don't understand. Okay, well, all right, I can fix this. I can fix it. I can. Oh no! Oh no! There's gotta be something I can do. There's gotta be something I can do.
Jones, I come to you, my fellow Americans. I come to you today with a plan like no other. I'm gonna make this right. I'm gonna make this the thing that it was meant to be. To provide freedom, glory, and goodness to this great nation. Rest assured that I apologize for my previous actions. They were not intended to be so dangerous. But tomorrow and tomorrow shall come, and we will kneel on. We will make great strides. We will become a nation like no other. My good God. The best of plans have been made, and I will see to it that they come to fruition. Ladies and gentlemen of the United States of America, I'm here for you. God bless this kingdom. God bless this ageless empire.
All right, that's enough of that. that's enough of that. That's enough. I'm good. I got in what I wanted to do. I didn't know where else to go with that. Oh my God. Would be a sad cow. Oh, I'm sorry, Mello. I was expecting you. When did you set all that up? I've held on to that for so long. You don't understand. For so long I've been ready. Oh my God. I just, it's never felt right. It's never felt right. What do you mean? What do you mean? Oh my God. Oh, I do whatever it takes to amuse myself. I do whatever it takes. Chatters, I don't know why you seem so put off by this. I mean, I was just being forthright with you, you know? That's how I normally sound. Chatters, what do you mean? That's just how I normally talk. I was amused for sure, but I was also appalled. Listen, I got a call from Mr. Twitch, man. Like, I got a call. They wanted to talk. Not the chest. Oh, get an ab workout. Get a good belly laugh. Oh my God. Cheddars, what do you mean? I'm just vibing. Oh my God. You know, I just felt it was the right time to apologize. funny, man. That's just funny. Good bit. Good bit. I guarantee none of you thought that was coming. There's no way. There's no way any of you thought that was coming next. Come on. I gave up on designing a theater for you because, by God, if I made it as big as we needed it to be, we'll be here for years. So what if I made a lovely little office building with some stores for unbelievable. Unbelievable. You think that I can't make a massive theater? I'm already making a massive palace and a massive gardens. What's a theater? What's a theater? It's just like 9 times the size of anything else. It's just huge. Oh man. No, how would we? I don't know who I am. Yo, Flock Forrester, thanks so much for the follow, dude. Recognize the comedic talent that I present. What do you mean? Janice, I can't imagine why you'd be taken by surprise by all that. I mean, surely, you all, it was expected. I'm sure. An amphitheater. Ooh, wait, that would actually be so pog. No, we'll just take this out this way a little bit. Wap 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 wap. Oh my God. For a second, I thought you got a Skype call. I thought, no, Deb, no, genuinely a Skype user in the year of our Lord 2023. What do you mean? That was a totally legitimate call. What are you talking about? That was an absolute. You're gonna get the design it down. Amphitheaters are sick. What do you mean? Of course. You down with? Probably like a cross between like neoclassical and what do you call it? Victorian industrious. Wait, Nep, can I flex on you? Maybe. Why? What's the flex? Am I gonna be absolutely gobsmacked by it? Am I gonna be? Is it that you're gonna be like, oh, Nep, little did you know, I met the actual Napoleon? And I go, what? No! Just like that. That's exactly how it happens too. I go, what? No! You know what? Here, I'll worry about the path afterwards. For now. Let me check my little chart. How big does this need? But all right. I was pretty confident, but I wanted to be positive. I wish to be positive. Oh man. Also, MJ, to your question of how long have I had that in my back pocket, you do recall that I've had like voice changes for a long time. I just don't use them very much anymore. I just don't use them as much anymore. I'm like, I can't use them too much. Chat will expect it. They'll expect it, and that's a problem. So I want you to know, I have front seated parents to see cabaret. Wait, who said I'm not a theater kid? Oh my God! But also, yo, dude, congrats! That's so sick. Wait, that's awesome. It's genuinely so cool. Oh my God. But also, I'm not a theater kid. Oh my god. My friend found a Napoleon Bonaparte statue in Hitman 3, and when I said Napoleon, I got you've tamed me. you fools! You're gonna be in a history class someday. And somebody's like, and then when Napoleon crossed into Italy, and you're gonna be like, huh? What? Oh my god, poggers!
Like love you or whatever nail care sparkling heart.
Yo! I'll do. Thank you so much for 26 months! I hope you've been well, dude. I hope life's been treating you well and kindly. Oh my god. KTB, my beloved. KTB, my beloved. Oh my good gracious. How you been, dude? We go visit Napoleon's tomb. You were like, he died? Oh my god, I didn't even know he was sick. Hey, you wanna go visit Napoleon's tomb? I didn't even know he was sick. Oh my god. One of my outs as back for the plan for well, and I baked the cake. Let's go! One of your aunts. That makes more sense. Oh my good gracious. I came as soon as I heard. All the way from London? Dag nabbit! Ah, jeez! Can't you see what I'm struggling here to do is also just the most obnoxious thing. They can't see what I'm struggling here to do. Okay, well, yeah, sure thing, pal. Yeah, whatever you say. Whatever you say, man. Yeah, sure. They can't see. Of course, yeah. Oh my god, I'm not here for you. I'm here for the I am here for the lemon bees. Oh my god, I'll do. The hardcore world. No! No! Just you know that that image that people put on Twitter all the time of like the wolf man who's like ripping open his like shirt or whatever. Just like no! It's like a werewolf in the rain or whatever. It's like that. No! What happened? No! Oh my god. Hi. Hello. How do? How's the week been? Hopefully good. I need to go see if I can get a stone cutter, which I think there should be one right up here. Where's the stone cutter? Where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. I moved it into the thing, didn't I? I moved it over there. I don't know why my voice goes higher than it should. You know that? Some days I think about that. Some days that plays on me. Some days that irks me. Spoiler warning for IRL Napoleon Lord. Don't look if you don't want to be spoiled. I'm warning you, okay? He dies. Oh my god. You know what? Actually, speaking of, not like that specifically, but I recently learned. So for those that don't know, there was like an Andrew Lloyd Webber musical at some point called Jesus Christ Superstar. Tells the story, old Jeezy Crazy has a blast doing it, you know. Adds some rock and roll themes to it. Oh, why not? You know, why not? So as it would turn out, I've since learned from a Twitter post that apparently there's people who like, which I'm not saying this is though it's like a weird thing, but I'm like, there's people who also make like fan fiction type stuff for that. But then I'm like, at that point, are you not just writing fan fiction about the Bible at that point? Like, is that not just like a Sunday school teacher's like favorite thing to do? Is that not what that is? I have a sticker my ex gave me. They had no idea anything about Hamilton, so he gave it to me. You have invented a new kind of stupid. Oh! My favorite thing in the world. I mean, understandable. The Bible's already fan fiction. I mean, you know, no comment. I'll make the I'll make the choice to say no comment for once. Good work's been fun. Weather's been super hot, but we managed. We stay cool. Yeah, it just means you get to have ice cream. That's what that means. That's what that means. I found out I was gay through the Bible. I hear a lot of people do. They just then generally tend to like not take it well. But you know, I mean, I'm glad you did. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7. We rolled across the Hudson at dawn. Oh my god. Played 11 hours of the Binding of Isaac today. I'm so sick of the Bible. I love that as a quote. I want to go find some priest. I want to go. Listen, I've played 11 hours of Binding of Isaac today. I'm sick about the Bible. You just start shaking them. You're like, I don't want to hear anymore. As the. Oh my god. A fan retelling of it all. Well, I mean, the question would be that, like, isn't one section of it written by, like, one of the disciples who's, like, one of the people at the Last Supper, and therefore it's just a first-hand account? You know what I mean? Like, I think some of it technically, like, some, yeah, I guess would be retellings, and then others are, like, first-hand account, like, supposedly, you know what I mean? I think. I didn't really pay attention in I was a problem in Sunday school. I had a meltdown because they told me dinosaurs wasn't real, but then she wasn't allowed to teach anymore, so it was all good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, in fairness, it was their fault. I really like dinosaurs. I just really I thought dinosaurs were really cool, and they asked my favorite animal, and I answered, you know, honestly. And they decided to try to crush my joy and happiness. I was about 4, and I blew a gasket. I'll be honest with you, chatters. I'm gonna. It's my duty to tell the nation. I did, in fact, throw a tantrum in that Sunday school class. My god. It's self-insert. Oh my sweet Jesus. If they said so that I loved wasn't real, I would have broke that. I was livid. So a few years ago. Oh my god. How dare you? How dare you? Oh my god. And Dino but older, I was more into the age of fish. I like to think you don't mean like the Cambrian explosion or like anything like that. I like to think that Edward, what you mean is like you were just really interested in how old fish could get. Like just you were like, this is a guppy and he's 6. Like you this salmon's 2 years old. Like you were just you were just very interested in the age of individual fish and how long fish could age, like how old they could get. I got really interested in how old a fish could be. I thought it was the most fascinating thing on the planet. This carp can be a whole 17 years old before it dies. Wow, that's very cool, Edward. Unless that is what you mean, in which case, like, that is cool. It's not like that's not cool. It sounds a little funny. And I sat there thinking that Judas and Jesus made out for like 4 years. I had an aunt who got real mad because she took me at one point eons ago to see such Jesus Christ superstar. Yeah, so like Judas understudy played Judas that time, and it was a girl, and then she was very quote unquote uncomfy with I don't know, the overtones, and I was like, nothing changed. It is the exact same script, and they're probably playing it fairly close to how they would play it anyway. It's just you're not reading the subtext. Like, oh my god, they were like, well, all of a sudden, once it was put into a heteronormative connotation, I suddenly was able to understand the subtext provided to me about potential romantic inclinations of the character. What a wacky thing. Yeah, sure thing, Muriel. It wasn't always there. Her name's not actually Muriel. I just thought it was a funny name to fill in. 5, 6, 7. Like, oh, geez, you're right. That's totally only been invented for the understudy to do. Actually, funny enough, of the national tour in the U.S. that they did for Jesus Christ Superstar, the guy who played Judas, he stormed the Capitol on the 6th. Yeah, he's not with that production anymore. The lead who played Judas he's the one who busted down one of the doors. He's yeah. Little fun fact for you. Yeah, I know, right? I wasn't expecting that information, but I learned that the other day, and I was like, oh, Judas would never storm the Capitol. Oh my god. Mamma mia. Here we go again. Moi. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I have been broken-hearted, blue since the day we started. Wasn't Tiger King there? No, Tiger King was in jail. He was in jail. He had a limo show up because he assumed he would get pardoned on account of he entertained the president at that point in time, who thought he was, and so he just assumed he would get a pardon. He even hired a limo that like just idled outside for the entirety of the last day in office of. Oh my god. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7, right? Okay, good. I just wasn't sure if I miscounted. It was boy, it was something. Boy howdy. I'm out. Might be back. Have a stream. Bye, party cat. Have a good rest of your evening if I don't see you again, dude. Bye. Never seen his job was kissing fake Jesus. Well, as it turns out, he took the internet statement of be gay, do crime a little too seriously. He did not understand which crime. He saw that notation on the internet and was like, oh, okay. Turns out he didn't understand what people meant. Took it a little too literal. He was just a little off on his calculations there. He wasn't quite right with what people were asking of him. But alas. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9. Wait, that doesn't seem like it lined up, did it? That lined up properly. Oh yes, it is. It's just from this line over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Du trois. Oh my god. I keep editing my French dog into pictures of the Capitol riot. What? You. How do you even think of that? You edit your friend's dog in, what do you like? Did you like just the image of the guy with the gun pointed out of the Senate chambers? You're just like, and let me add Scooby-Doo right in here. Oh my god. Oh my, it was literally there, I promise. I don't think he was. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say I think you're committing deepfake fraud. Be gay, do crime, but the crime is entering the business without disclosing your sexuality in America. I mean that, yeah. Yeah, I guess he didn't get that bit. He just understood the crime part, and you know, he just didn't get the vibes right. But anyway, yeah, so then he got replaced. Lo and behold, turns out you don't get to keep your job. You don't get to keep acting on Broadway. you don't get to keep on acting when you've been part of that. Logo to a creeper. I'm also I'm surprised because I'm like, do you know how iconic? Like, it's always been the grass block. Like, I was already like kind of like, oh, I mean, I get it, you know, that, I mean, I get why they did it, if that makes sense. Because when you launch Minecraft still is the little grass block. But the reason is because the launcher is no longer just Minecraft. It's now Minecraft Dungeons, Minecraft Legends, Minecraft, like, so for them, they changed it probably to be more open to that, like, they have more than just the one game. I just think it's still stupid. They all have dirt though. But yeah, but not real. Like, the dirt block's not as relevant to those other ones. You know what I mean? Dirt is universal. Well, I mean, less so in Dungeons. Dungeons, it's really not universal too. And I don't really think almost any of the dirt grass you see in Legends looks like that. So I'm just saying that's probably their justification, because Minecraft, when launched, is still the grass block. 4, 5, 6, 7. I also hate it. Don't get me wrong. I disagree with it. I think it's a bad change. I think it's undermining. Ow. Anyway, shut up. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut your face! Oh my god. I tried to stop the first one and it just made it worse. And then, oh my god. I tried closing my mouth, like I tried to not make a noise with the first one and it just, oh my god. I hate it here! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't. Oh my god! Thank you, MXFix. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Oh my god! I just can't win, man. I can't win with this chat. It would be a criminal moment for me to win. It seems. Will there be more? No, I don't think there is actually more granite over there. So I'm gonna go check some of my other chests. Like a fiend, but I might have to mine some granite. Cause, you know, I don't tend to keep a large supply of granite on hand. Other than, you know, that granite right there. But that's not a large supply. Can I edit you onto the Titanic piloting it? Yeah, you know what? Go for it. Only if I get to see it, though. I want to see it. I want to be able to see it if you do. Is it? Wait, do you mean like when the captain's in the room and the water's hitting the glass? Oh my god. Also, Unhinged that I'm pretty sure I heard. I don't know if it's on now or next month maybe, or I forget when. But I heard Netflix is just chomping at the bit to get Titanic onto Netflix. Bro. They're like, oh, let's capitalize on this one, baby. I don't know if it's on there now or if it's, I don't have Netflix anymore. I got rid of it, but yeah, I'm just kind of like, it blows my mind. Also, bow art style, okay, because that's kind of industrial neoclassical. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, like, the styles are all kind of gonna be blended. I'm not terribly worried about how certain things will look in terms of style, because I think anything can be made to fit. You know what I mean? It's don't make that noise at me. Don't. How dare you? You stinky, stinky person. Because of the mania. Mellows. Oh, never mind. I can't. I was gonna say a joke that that like my friend made, but then I was like, oh, I can't say that on stream. Oh my god. For the sanity reasons, God bless. God bless, don't use courts. Oh my god. Hate courts. But also, did you see the message about 1.20? Oh, I didn't. Will you be switching over to 1.20.1 eventually? Yeah. Or should I avoid using Cherry for design? No, I plan to switch over. I've mostly just, I always give a new patch a number of weeks. Until I actually upgrade to it. The reason for that is because there tends to be bugs. You know what's actually hilarious, and the number one concern that I've had as of late, by the way, because I didn't go into the end on this world during when it was first made in 1.17, it's gone through several updates, and I don't know if because it's an old world updating with it that it's gonna then present problems. Because that's how, that's how one of Phil's and Minecraft's hardcore worlds ended. Is he just went to the end and no platform spawned, and so we just fell into the void. Oh my god. I don't do sub for sub, dude. Sorry. I'm running off a bottle of water and a little bag of M&M's, airport to Iceland, editing nap onto the Titanic. There's no way to be as funny in the comedy era as it is my life. Oh my god. Mello, what in good googly woogly? I wouldn't want to lose that. See, and that's the thing. It's just something I can't know until I go do it. Like that's my point. It's like that's how Phil's lost like one of his that he had for a while. It was like he had it for almost a year. I think almost 2 maybe. That was his season 3 or whatever. But yeah, he ends up glitching and dies because no platform spawned, and so there was just nothing to be done. And I'm just worried. I'm like, what if that's what's gonna happen to me? What if I'm gonna go and then it's gonna be like, ooh, it turns out nap, no L plus ratio. Because you load in and land and start falling faster than the visuals show up. So like, even though he had ender pearls, he was already below the edge of the end island by the time he had visual, and so didn't know he didn't have a platform by the time he oriented himself. Like, there was just no way to like save himself. So that was a rip. That was a rip. Oh, also, by the way, chatters, new TikTok / shorts that's out today. Normally I don't talk about them, but the YouTube short or whatever, I recommend going to look at it. It's a seed. I don't normally promote Minecraft seeds. It's not really content that I normally make, but it was just so sick. It was so awesome. I stumbled upon it and I was like, oh my god. So I made a short that was just like showing it off, because like it's genuinely one of the coolest seeds I've ever seen. It's like really, actually, like it's genuinely cool. My number one concern is Nap's gonna update to 1.20.1 and then go to Cherry Force, start stream, and then there's like a survival settlement with a previous time that no one remembers why they are there. I found an old fic I was working on for you dumb little hardcore world, and it made me cry rereading it. Cry in like a good way? Or cry in a like you looked at it and went, I've wasted so much time on this man and his silly little world. I hope it was a good way. I hope it was a good old little cry. And not like a, oh, geez, I can't ever return to that chat again. I mean, you're here, so it probably wasn't that. But also, Pog? You should publish it. I guarantee there's people, in that case, I mean, there's guaranteed people who would want to probably read it. Either, at the very least, Pink and Joker love reading sad ones. That's, I don't know much about it other than the fact that the two of them just love sadness. And I go, oh, okay. Thumbs up. You couldn't see it, but I had a thumbs up. End poem. I mean, that's how I remember I was talking to Pink at one point. Should I bring this? Anyway, there's a song that like I ended up using. So like for those that don't know, I end up making playlists for things whenever I'm making, trying to make character, be it for D&D or for the hardcore world. So there is like playlists for different like lore beats that exist that kind of help me like understand what I'm trying to like. It helps me organize my thoughts more of like what that person's meant to like think or feel or whatever. Which is more deep than I think most people need it to be, but like I don't know, it's fun for me. But yeah, I remember I ended up landing on a song that I then sent to Pink. I was like, yeah, I think this is probably the best one to characterize one element of like the time between Leaside and current app for Soup. And I remember Pink just sending back like, you monster. And I was like, what? What? I read them. I like tags, even though I don't. Oh my god. Yo, the day we met, friend. Well, we just met now. Hello. Soup Angst era? Yeah, it was actually. Yeah. It was a whole. Oh man. There's a bunch of them. I mean, the most light of them. What's the lightest one that I could give? Probably. Yeah, probably wouldn't be too surprising. It's one's a David song. Which is not David like that David like the artist. I think it's called like Romantic Homicide or something like that. Anyway, so that was one that I was like, yeah, that's a fairly decent characterization of kind of like where that left off. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I enjoy exploring characterization through different pieces of music. I think it's an interesting way to look at things. Give me the scene that playlist or I'll cry. No. I have them. I have them for multiple maps, actually. I have so many. Oh my god. I have one for Ashton as well, though. Yep. I have one for Ashton from when he was young in his backstory, before he gets betrayed. I have one from his time in the lead up between his betrayal and finding the group that starts the campaign with. And then I have one for his first 5 levels, and then now I'm starting a new one because he's starting to level into sorcery because he's starting to learn magic again because he's realized, oh my god, I didn't lose that part of myself when I lost that other person, or when that other person betrayed me, because it was a whole, I mean, I don't want to get into it a lot, but it's a whole thing. I talked about it on stream before where Ashton effectively unknowingly closed himself off to his own magical capabilities, largely because he kind of just felt himself to be incapable or dirty or wrong to try to be able to do such things, because magic was always Elio's thing, and that was something that like wasn't for him, or like it was something he could do, but he felt, oh, like he must have done something wrong, and it went with. Anyway, it's an allegory for a lot of things, not the least of which is like, semi-abusive systems of breakups where it's like you like a part of you could be co-opted, even though it's not. You're not defined by those people, but you can feel trapped like you are for a long time, and overcoming that can be a whole issue. But I don't want to get into that. It's very dark to get into for a Minecraft stream. Oh my god, Nap, I need to. Oh no, you have no idea. It's so much sadness for that boy, man. Yo, Gillerette, dude, what's up, man? How do? I make character playlists, but don't put the name on the playlist so people have to guess. Oh, wait, that's an interesting take. That's an interesting take for it. Your writing process is so interesting. You need to share all these things, please. No, I made some dead. I mean, if the hardcore world ends, then yeah, I'll probably end up publishing like making my Spotify public or whatever. Or whatever it was that I said. I mean, that's all it'll take is just my Spotify to be public, I'm pretty sure. But, because then people could then see it. But then people would see when I updated it too, you know? People would see the songs get added or taken out or whatever. But see, what I like doing, particularly with D&D characters, I find it the most easy, or a few times when I've written characters for, like written-wise, I have one typically for before the book starts, midway into whatever's going on for them, and then a whole separate one that's also done for where they're going to end up. Because I find finding those musical through lines helps me to, like, not lose the thread of where I think they're gonna go. I don't do the one of where they're going to go for D&D because I don't know. It's too collaborative. It's one where I'm like, I don't know where this is gonna go. I gotta play off of what happens around me. Terraforming nap is after my heart. Oh my god. I am actually. I'm gonna call him on. I'm gonna. It's gonna be like the second Indiana Jones. I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna be like, gimme! Yeah! But yeah, Ashton's got a lot of stuff going on. He's got a lot of elements to him that are basically allegories for a bunch of different things. Not particularly a thing that reflects myself, by the way. I should always, I feel like I need to say that. It's just a character that I think is interesting. It was interesting to, like, creatively create. Good job, Matt. Good job. That made sense. That was a statement. 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? What? That didn't line up. What? What? I need to sleep first. Oh, good heavens. Oh, sweet Neptune! I don't know. I don't really know how to write things. I like Tumblr Ask Games a lot. I never, like, defined any story for my characters or made a world or anything. So seeing how you use music and other media and so intensive, so it's, yo, well, Pog, man. I'm glad that it's of interest. It's always just been the silly little thing that I just do. I just do it because I'm like, yeah, that's fun. And that's how I just enjoy it. So like creative writing for me is like in any capacity, be it for D&D, for the hardcore world, for like books that'll probably never end up doing much, but you know, it was fun to write. Stuff like that is always just fun for me. Was this not? Did this not go all the way where it was meant to go? And then 3, yeah, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it was one off. That makes sense. I understand now. Everything's coming up. Everything's coming up. Millhouse, let's go. It all makes sense. Suddenly the stars align. I'm the end and the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. D. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Magnifique. My favorite playlist name, mine is I Need Therapy, but that's expensive. This Molotov cocktail's a lot cheaper. Oh my god. Hey, it's showbiz, baby. It be like that, you know? They say it don't be like that, but they do. You better pick up all that dirt. Yeah, of course. What else would I do? Of course I'm picking up the dirt. What else would I be doing? Of course I'm gonna pick up the dirt. There's no world I don't. There's no world I don't. Of course I'm picking up the dirt. Just give me a second. Give me a second to pick it all up. You're gonna build a giant mountain with all that dirt. So true. Next up, giant Mount Everest. Who knew? Who knew? And for my next trick! Yes, Elton, what are you gonna do? I'm gonna build a mountain! That's true. That's what he said. That is a little known fact. That is what he said. The movie dramatized it. Oh, God. Are fun because they just list with 30 odd questions what your character would do in a situation or what they enjoy. And the idea is your followers to give. That makes sense. I mean, that sounds like a fun, like that in and of itself is a great exercise. That's one of the that's not unlike one of the best exercises I think for anybody trying to get into D&D to figure out like what they need to do or want to do or whatever. If you're in a table or a session or a group that's big on RP and stuff like that. One of the key elements there is to recognize that, like, you know, you're gonna want to have some say in how certain things work and the like. Like, you're gonna want to go over like, okay, well, like, what does your character enjoy? What's a perfect day to your character? It sounds like a silly question, but what is a perfect day? You know what I mean? Like, or what is a good day? What's a day that they would go home and be like, ah, that was a good day. I know what would be a good day for me, man. So, like, what would be a good day for that person? Because you got to treat them more like a person, I guess, in that way. How did this go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I only want 7 up. I meant to go up 9. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8. And noof. I don't know followers for asking is LMAO. I just look at them and go, Hurr. Just look at them and go. By the way, if you're holding a stack of an item in your hand, you can have it a lot in your inventory. You can hover over the item of the same type and hold shift and double click. It sticks all of it in the chest. Oh yeah, we were doing that earlier. Yeah, I just figured that out today, actually. Or I say I figured it out. Chat just told me about that today. You know, I did that actually at one point. Sorry, I just do that on occasion. You know that. You've been here, you know. You've seen it Napoleon the 7th stream. So I'll occasionally go on to that, the Duel of Fates or whatever. I remember still. It was somebody in chat. I know who. I'm not going to name names. But somebody in chat being like, oh, the Testificate song. And I was like, what? What? What do you mean? And they were like, you know, from the video. And I was like, what are you talking about? And then they were referring to some, like, Minecraft edit, like animation edit of like Testificates in a plane, and like they do that song, and I'm like, no, that's not what I meant. So in what world? I was like, no, it's a song from Star Wars. What do you mean? Oh my god. Also, I adore that song's called Duel of Fates, and while that's playing, like, it's literally Qui-Gon versus Darth Maul because he's dueling for the fate of Anakin. Anyway, it's such a John Williams, you magnificent man. My god. An absolute just titan of an individual. Like unmatched, unmatched in every capacity. I was watching Put All the Dirt in the Chest with my big eyeballs. You were like, what's he doing? Nev, can I put CNAP in my comic universe? Or am I gonna get sued? Nah, dude, feel free. I've said it once, I've said it always. Everyone can feel free to do whatever you'd like with this little guy, with this with this scruggly guy. All you gotta know is, you know, if it's art, I want to see it. I think that's cool. I think it's neat. I just want to see it because I think it's nifty. But no, feel free. It was the same thing with, I mean, like within some reason, I should probably say, ideally Spider-Man fan. Listen, just because you know, doesn't. Just because yes, all right. Just because you're right, doesn't mean you gotta say it. Oh my god. But you know, I mean, within reason, there was someone that I would, you know, I'm not even gonna mention it. Never mind. I just had to talk to somebody about one thing once, and I was like, please no, please not that. What's wrong with that certificate, Edward? That's right. Don't quote the deep magics to me, witch. I was there when they were written. Yeah, you thought you were safe? Oh my god. I name him Map. From Dora? I'm the map. Oh man. I was listening to Duel of Fates today while driving back from the... I mean, that's just dangerous. Listening to it while driving, I feel like I would just run someone off the road. I'd be like... I'm going to cut you off at this light. My voice goes too high. It really does. It really does. But alas. Spider, and that was right. My god, it's so cool. Yours is still so sick. Oh my god. I've said it before, but those ones are also the ones that maybe may or may not get cycled the most as my which is very egotistical, might I add, but may get cycled the most as my phone covers. So you know. It was such a sick vibe. It would be. Oh my god. I've done similar before with the Pirates of the Caribbean. He's a pirate song. Oh my god. Like it's the like bum 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 Anyway, also, I think I've told this story before, but I will always remember waking up a household, just because I was so excited. I kept thinking while listening to like one of the early Pirates of the Caribbean, like I was just watching the movie, and like there was a thrum that happened in the music, and I was like, man, that sounds like such a Hans Zimmer type beat. Like that sounds like such a Hans Zimmer type of throw. Like, bro, who's ripping off Hans Zimmer here? And then I got more and more. I kept being like, this sounds like Hans, but I didn't know that he. And I was like, I swear to God, this has to be. Hold on a second. Who composed for this movie? And I remember I looked it up and I saw it and I went, oh, I got you! I was so hyped for myself that I was able to pick out like a style of a composer. Anyway. I don't know. I was in band. I was like band, and I was like, oh, I was so hyped to go tell my band teacher. Which is just the coolest thing to do, you know? You're just so cool in that moment. You push past all the cheerleaders that are there to rah-rah sis-boom-bah you on your way there. They're like, Napoleon, he's our man. He discovered who did the thing. Yeah, that rhymed. I'm just shoving people out of the way while they're trying to high-five me and give me a fully cooked Christmas goose and all these other things, and I go, out of my way, boy! I must see Bob Cratchit! And as I walk into the band room and I go, whoa, what-ho! I have done it! And everybody clapped, and they give me a gold placard. I can see why my second grade teacher said I had an active imagination now. You know, I can see, I'm starting to see why they said some things they said. Huh. You know, some things, some of the math is starting to math. Nap, help me, there's 5 Swedish people that sat down right next to me to ask me about something, about assumedly the airport, but I only speak English and... Just say no comprendo. Je suis ne parle pas de... Swedish. I don't speak what you're saying. You sound like a fool. Just say that. They'll leave. Especially if you say it in that like tone of voice. They'll be like, "What is wrong with you?" And you'll be like, "Nothing. I am perfectly fine." And they will leave you alone. Trust me on that one. Confuse them back. So true, so true. Add a level of confusion right back at them. Actually, funny enough, Jedders, how many do any of you remember like when you developed your comedic, like your sense of comedy? Like do you have that moment burned into your mind? Because I do, for me. Like I remember. I know exactly when I developed, and it wasn't even good. It wasn't like a funny moment or anything like that. But I remember I was only in like the 5th grade, and we had a teacher who, you know, didn't like me a whole lot to begin with. But in fairness to her, I think she was under a lot of pressure. She was pregnant. And, you know, I can understand why dealing with a classroom of grade 5 children is not exactly what you're looking to do when you're in your whatever month of that, you know? So I could get it. You know, I could get how mayhaps I came across a bit annoying. You know? Like, I could understand. I've never been funny. Well, that's just categorically untrue, MJ. You've been funny a multitude of times. It was in middle school where I could recite John Mulaney in the mirror so I could make the joke to make people laugh at school. Valid. See, what I remember is it was the 5th grade. We had an exchange, like not an exchange student. He just moved. Like we had a student who moved to Bermuda, was there for a bit, but then moved again, and ends up leaving the school for that because you know he's off to I don't know like the middle of nowhere's Idaho, you know. And he's off. He's gone. And the teacher's like explaining that, and is like, "Oh well, you know, Timmy had to leave, and that's fine." And so like the thing is, my comedy to an extent, while not totally here, but often, or especially early on, was very much the like deadpan delivery of either something insane or like a very sarcastic retort. Because I don't know, I just thought it was fun. I didn't know why I found it funny, but I did. And so like she was trying to explain, and I was just cracking up my friend because I kept being like, "Nope, he hates us. Alas, nope, he left. He hates us. Never gonna come back." In fact, he wrote a whole report about it. like I was just, like it was just going to stuff like that. Crazy place to do an exchange. I know, right? I can't imagine somebody coming to Bermuda for just a short little bit and then leaving, you know? But some people do it. Anyway, so like, but and I thought it was pretty harmless. I mean, it's clear, you know. Nobody actually thinks that this child hates us and left because of a pure unbridled hatred for everyone in this grade 5 class. You know, that should be pretty clear to most people. As it turns out, though, the teacher didn't think so, and was rather unhappy with me taking that line of thought. Was rather how do I phrase this? Was rather put off by such a notion, and in fact wished me to not only retract my statements, but kicked me out of class, man. They kicked me out of class. They're like, "Napoleon, get out right now." I was like, "What?" Oh my god. I was like, I didn't do anything wrong, man. And then they called my parents. They were like, he was telling the students. I was like, it was a joke. Oh my god. In hindsight, I felt like Chris Rock. I was like, it was a G.I. Jane joke. Like, I was like, what do you mean? I was just joking, man. My friend was busting a spleen. I mean, it wasn't, in fairness, like, it wasn't a funny joke. I'm not saying it was like, oh my god, the pinnacle of humor, but I'm saying like, bro, you did not need to, like, rip me from my education for the day to be like, Napoleon, that kind of behavior, unacceptable. How dare you? He did not want to leave. And all I did was joke around about the idea that this kid was like, had a deep-seated chip on his shoulder hatred against us. And I was like, I thought it was funny, because of course he didn't. I was like, yeah, no, duh, he didn't feel that way. Oh my god. It's really sarcastic. I grew up being really deadpan and gaslighter as you see. Exactly. It was just the kind of humor I had. It still is to some extent. We're like, you know, chat, you'll say things and I'll just be like, nope, I'll never forgive you. Nope. In fact, nope, it's the worst. Like, it's just, I like that as a humor. I don't know, because I think it's unbelievable. I think it's like not actually what anybody's gonna believe as a statement. Anyway, it was just. I can't believe to this day that I was removed from class. I assume it was just not a good day to begin with, and she wasn't looking to have it be any more annoying or difficult due to me. But still, what did I do? Ah, well, the things that happen, you know, the things that happen. Hi, fellas. Can I help you? Anything in particular? No? No, we're just standing there today. We're just taking in the view. I mean, I'm pretty illustrious. I can understand. You know, my majesty of it all, you know? You just petrified right now? You know, first, a lot of people at first are afraid. They're petrified. You know, they keep thinking they can't live without me by their side. You know, it's crazy. They get so devoted. But, you know, listen, you'll get through it. You'll get through it. Some people. Jeez. You think you know a guy. I knew this is where it was going. I can't imagine what you mean. I have a friend who just photoshops pictures of my dad into weird. It's like the dog. It's like Photoshop my friend into Moonland in a big PowerPoint about the show. Oh my god. It's like Mellow Hello photoshops their friend's dog into January 6th, which is still the funniest thing I think I've heard today. That's good lord. What's your sense of comedy? You know, I just like photoshopping my friend's pet into pictures of the assault on the Capitol. You know, as one does. A casual Sunday. It's what you do. Yo, Jaden, dude, what's up, man? Hello. This jokes will suck, but I will survive. Well, you know, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you'll make it through. You know. Oh my god. Also, I missed one of Edward's message. What did Edward? Amphitheater technology, figuring out the best ways to make the curve. Ooh. Soup got through it real well, even left the city. Okay. I have evidence. Oh my god, that dog got behind Nancy Pelosi's desk. You don't understand what that dog did. Oh my god. 2-year Napoleon viewers. Hey, yo! Oh my god. The 2-year mark honestly, heck of a benchmark. And genuinely wild how many of you have been here for 2 years blows me away. Which, you know, I've said before, like, thank you. It's why, you know, it's why I felt the need and desire to do what we talked about on Wednesday. Like, stuff like that, like, you guys are great, man. Anyway, no, I'm not getting sappy, never mind. You guys are all defeat debutantes. Villains. Do Napoleon viewers have a name, by the way? No, it's not Liz. Oh my god, you can't just say that. Oh my god. I get a lot of them call themselves the 94%, but realistically that doesn't encapsulate everybody. So that's probably not the community names. While I say it could probably play onto the Le Grand Armée or whatever, and play into Napoleonic things, maybe not, because at the same time, that feels a little too close to the same groups who are just really a little too interested in Warhammer and stuff like that. You know what I mean? I feel like it's too close to that. Actually, nerds like the candy. Oh my god, so true, King. So true. God, that was the weakest joke I've made. What did that make you like? I just didn't expect it, man. Comedy plus expectation. Also, you gotta, once again, chatters, I have said this before, you gotta realize, I straight up, like, did laugh during that episode of Fairly Odd Parents where Cosmo got told pudding. And he was like, and she was like, watch this, pudding. And Cosmo goes, ah! And I too laughed. I thought it was hilarious. Same with, but it's a shiny nickel. You know, listen. I'm not saying I'm proud of it. He read it very deadpan in his head. It's true as well. That's true. It's just there. You know what I mean? Like, it's just. Well, what's going on here, guys? Are you splitting up? Is the group getting split up? What happened to the band? You guys forget about the music, man? Did you forget about the music? Hey, come on, you can't do that. You can't forget about the music, man. When I do it better. Oh man, oh no, party cat left. I was just about to ask if anybody else had listened to Jorts yet. It's such a good, it doesn't deserve to be as good of a song as it is, but God, is it a good song. Peter, the horse is moving closer. Peter. I don't like how close they're moving. I don't like how close they're moving. Oh, man. The group name is called Peasant. I think that represents well. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah. Yeah, some people have great community names. You know, you got crows. You got stuff like that. I mean, technically, it could just be it could just be the council. That is what you guys effectively are. But I don't know. That never really stuck as just because like that makes sense for the lore. I don't know how much it makes sense as just like the name of the group of the people who watch. I don't know. I also feel like streamers don't decide that. You know what I mean? It gets thrust upon them with no choice of their own. I don't get to decide. I don't get a say. I get potential veto. He keeps moving. But I don't get to be like, oh, chatters, let's call ourselves this. Oh my god. Dinnerbone. By the way, I clipped that. Clip what? Oh, hey, man. What's up? You chill? You chill from the rest of your friends? I mean, the rest of your friends are just kind of back there still. Yeah, what are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. Nothing. That's what I thought. Yeah, nothing. Jeez. Rambo's viewer, they're called the boobers? Oh my god. Fair enough. Fair enough. Rats, that was my next suggestion for you guys. Jeez. So it's gotta be a long-winded and a bit of an attack on them. The viewers who are unfortunately tuned in. Oh my gosh. What do you mean it's gotta be long-winded? Whoa, what's that supposed to mean? My god. You think Sam's people were called the Ascenders? The Ascendants? Like, do you think it sounded very cultish? Do you think they were do you think they referred to themselves as the Ascendant? We are the Ascendant. We speak for the trees. I wonder if I can... Oh, that didn't even get close. That didn't even... Oh, okay, well... There we go. Yeah, come on, boys. Come and get it. Okay, well... There we go. Hey, Stinky! Look up! Look way up! How did that not... Okay, whatever. That's fine. Wow! The Raptured! Oh my god. Honestly, you know what? I'll give it to the man. Boomers, great name. 11 out of 10. Solid name. But yeah, no, you guys, I'm leaving that up to you guys. You guys would have to decide what you guys are called. I ain't taking that away from you guys. I think that's like I feel like that's a rite of a passage for like a chat to determine what it's called. And yeah, like I mean, sure, I'd say like no to things if it was like not good, but I wouldn't be like. But I don't think it's my job or my place, I should say, to say what you are called. The ones who chose to watch Napoleon, whether they enjoy it or not. Yeah, no, name yourselves after that Welsh town, the like go, like that place. Aquinen, Gwe, go. Let's. The viewers who are unfortunate. Oh my god, the woods. Got some mutts. I got the woods. Hey, gewollt. Sent the clip to Discord. What clip? Did I say something? Did I say something on Hitch? Or just the clip of me saying like, yeah, no, it's up to you guys to decide what you would be called. Cause yeah, fair enough. It was silly. How dare you? I've never been silly in my life. I've only been the most serious of individuals. I've been deadly serious. Oh, I need to be taken seriously. He says playing Minecraft on a Friday night. In Bermuda. Oh my god. videos could be kind of funny. Just the population. Who are you guys? The population. My God. Good vibes in chat tonight. Let's go. Yeah, are actually. The vibes, immaculate. Immaculate. I was wrangling villagers for 4 hours. Good golly. I know you don't check the MJ stream, but I sent you some. There's no way. There's no way. Oh my God. No, I'll check it. I'll check it later. I'll check it later. My God. There's no way. I'm not. What word goes there originally? Bermuda. I'm pretty sure. I've only ever heard it as that. Why? The Vibulance. Call an ambulance, but not for me. Bow. Go ahead, go ahead. What the? What? Why is it good? Why is it well done? I don't. Good Lord. Why is it like well done? Why is it like a good edit? Oh my God. The napulation. I hate it here. I hate it here. You guys are all just sleeper agents. You're always taking naps. Oh, scorched. Ow. And then put that there. Bunch of snoozers. The population, no. Manipulate, nap light, nap boss. Oh my God. I need to get one of. I need to get like this, but instead it's like tinted pink sunglasses and like long acrylic nails, like that meme of Patrick. I need to get that done, and then that could be. It could be. That'll be a new emote. Oh my God. Can you imagine? It's not an edit, it's real. That dog was there. Oh yeah, it's got the dog in him. I worked hard, and this deserves to be seen. What do you mean you worked hard? It's just a photo. It's just a photo. What do you mean? What do you mean, Mello? Oh my God. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect! Just what I needed it to be. Oh, I'm about to run out of steam here in a second. Oh yeah, speaking of, any of you guys picking up anything cool in the Steam Summer Sale? Yo, Metal Sun, thank you so much for the follow. Oh, apologies, Metal Sun 33. Are there 32 other children? And are they all born of metal as well? Unless that's not how it's meant to be read, in which case, my apologies. Perhaps it's something totally different. Hello, Auto. Ah, well, here, let me drop that. Slam that bad boy down. Go get some more brick. Cheese. Cheese. Who is that? Is one of the guys from that like driving show, right? I forget his name. but it's from the British driving show. I know that much. I know that to be true. He slaps the thing down on the thing and goes, cheese. It takes so many bricks just to make, like, you know, here, before I continue, I want that to keep smelting, so I'm gonna go get more clay from the mountaintop. Mellow, never in your life call it that again. Never in your life. Never never in your life call the showbiz emote. Oh my god. The British driving show. Yeah, 3 of them, they're British and they drive around in different vehicles. Cheese statue? I got no cheese. I got no cheddar. Alas, they never had that block in. I tried my best, but they refused. I battled Agnes to the pits of hell itself. Oh my god. Agnes just is the Balrog in this situation, even though she's lovely. I don't got sponges either. I don't got none of them. I don't got no dun diddly sponges. Got brick. You like my brick? A nice brick. Took a while to make. Put it in the kiln. Let it stew. Let it fester. Is sponge poor? What do you mean? It's not. Wait, no. I could have them if I wanted. I just don't want the sponges. I could have them if I wanted. Putting brick in a furnace safe as a kiln. Yeah, exactly. It's 6 a dozen, half another. These things, they're equivalencies, you see. They're direct equivalencies. Don't worry about it. I don't want the sponge. Exactly. I don't want it. You want it? Go get it. Street smart. Bop, 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 bop. And by the bing, by the boom. Your Honor, that is not clay. I'm going for the clay too. How are you here? Where did you come from? I can't escape them. What? Look at these bozos. Absolute bozo the clown over here. Excuse me, pardon me, coming through. Yeah, shoot your friend. Shoot your friend. Do it. Shoot him. Aha! Idiot. Stinky. Stupid. Poo-poo face. Obliterated. See, didn't even hit me. I always had these horns. Don't worry about it. They were always there. They were part of the outfit. Don't worry about it. You're so popular today. Aren't I always? Hair whip. You know, I walked by and like the two twin scientists from the from Johnny Test. I walk by and people go, ah, nap. Oh man. That can go there. I'll put that in there. Take that. Take that. And take that. What else don't I need? Well, I kind of need all of them. More or less. I don't need those. Oh. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. I see no reason in swooning. What do you mean? Don't I just cut? Don't I just absolutely, undoubtedly cause everyone to swoon once they hear my charming voice? I thought that everybody would be. Hey, B2CR2. Thanks so much for the follow. Hey, yo, we're very close to 2,000 followers. Let's go! We're like 8 away. Anybody who just followed recently, you know, it might also be, we're very close to 1,000 subs on YouTube as well. I'm just as a thought, you know, just, you know, we could also be. Oh, I did it wrong. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. My button didn't work. I had a button and it didn't work, and I was like, oh god, I have to type it. It's a trap. Stream delay is so silly. It is, isn't it? What a silly concept. How dare they delay me? Do not delay. Be here with much urgency. What if you met someone who talked to you like that? What would you genuinely, what do you do in that scenario? Somebody writes to you. Somebody, first of all, you're getting a letter. Second of all, you open it up, it's sealed. It's sealed with a actually, I do have a wax seal, and I have one that's the showbiz mark, but like, it's a wax seal with, and you open it, it's like, that's how I tell you to come to stream that day. You open it up, and it just goes like, come with me, come to my stream with post haste. I know they'd call me dear. Oh my god. Proof Nappa's 13-year-old never sent a letter. What do you mean? I've sent letters. I folded up a massive styrofoam A and put it into the mailbox. It was fine. Yes, I would. Don't put me behind. Don't do that. My god. Or do, actually. Honestly, it might be funny. But, well, Nap, is this the kind of thing that you should encourage? Probably not. Probably not. Well, but funny. I don't know. Sent letters, not with that attitude. Oh yeah, with that attitude. Okay, but Nap, what with a knife edited anywhere in that event? It's the Kirby knife, but it's just me. Oh my god. But wait, is it just a Minecraft skin randomly in the background? Just randomly in the back? Honestly, you know what? Well, you know what? You can pull the trigger. You can just send that to. I don't care. What's the worst that could happen? We have a picture of you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you do. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Those are funny. I always forget that those images exist. Those are hilarious. I always forget that I've done things with IRL content. Just for the life of me, I don't remember it. I block it out. It's like I went crazy. You see, I was crazy. Oh, I didn't even put the... Nap on a raft in the ocean. Put me on the Titanic. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, Gallerin! Have a great rest of your evening, dude. Hope it is Big Pog. I hope the weekend's good to you. Bap. And why is it not igniting? How much coal is in the end? What? I put so much coal in there. How could it all be gone? Just because it did a whole bunch? Just because it smelted like an absolute insane amount? You're gonna tell me my coal's gone? It's out? This is why we're building this. This is why we're making this thing. I'm hoping it's big enough. I didn't actually measure. I'm hoping it's big enough that I can put a kelp farm in here. Because I think that'd be great. I think that'd be swell. I think that would present. I would like to see the baby. I think that would present. So, sorry, that just came out from within. Simon Jackson, I'm for real. I am sorry, Miss Jackson, but I am for real. Oh my god. I can get you there with 250k net. What? Can get me where? What? What am I missing? What do you mean? This is what 4 hours in an airport lobby does to someone. Asking Nev's boundaries on me, editing him into the white Bronco. The white Bronco? What? What's a white Bronco? What's the white Bronco? What does that mean? Oh, I totally did not. That didn't register that you were referencing the Titanic. I was like, huh? Is this a bit? No, what's the white Bronco? What do you mean? What does that even mean? What do you mean? Oh, I'm gonna put him in a white Bronco. Like a horse? It's OJ's get a oh yeah, there's a John Mulaney bit about that. Oh yeah. What? I don't know, man. Bro, that happened in like the 90s. What do you want from me? In what world was I paying attention to, like, oh my god. Why would I know what OJ Simpson drove? Yeah, like, there's no reason for me to know that, chat. Come on. Oh god. I faced. What a time to come in. What a time to come to the stream. It was a slightly relevant event. Not really. Like, outside of its effect on I guess Ford and like, yeah, like relevant to the people involved, and sure, you could talk about the Kardashian. Who said I wasn't? I might have been. Whoa. Who said I wasn't alive in the 90s? I could be. You don't know. I could have been. Maybe I am, in fact, a, yeah, I love, purple ketchup, and slurm, and pogs. That's why I say pogs so much. Poggers. There you go. That's, yeah, I'm reference, it's a reference, guys. It's a pog, you know, the game. Oh my god, what are you up to today? We're building a factory. News all day when it happened. She brought this up when I mentioned watching the news. In fairness, like, I understand from the John Mulaney bit that it's like, oh yeah, there was nothing better on TV at this time, and like it's this whole thing of which is like insane, but like. Which, by the way, that like, imagine a criminal case like that being so, like, I can't imagine. I mean, I understand the Johnny Depp case is like a smaller scale of how impactful, and that was weirdly everywhere. Where I was like, why is everybody so Like, I don't know. It was weird how much people were invested in that, in my opinion. It was wacky. It was just a little wacky. A factory? Yeah, baby! We're adding another factory to the region. Yeah! Slurm. You don't like Slurm? Surge! I meant Surge! It's Surge! I meant Surge. I just mixed it up with something from Futurama. Slurm's a drink from Futurama, but it was based. I just made in my head. No, in my head. You can't take this from me. Lazzy, thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. Wait a minute. Laziatric? Is that how you say it? I apologize if that's wrong. Hello! I'll do. Leave me alone! I mixed it up. I meant Surge, which is a drink. All right, I meant Surge. I just mixed it up because I was watching Futurama. Okay, leave me alone. You fiends, you villains. My God, I did it. Oh my God, I've been alive so long. I'm like 80 something, man. It all bleeds together. I'm ancient. I'm gonna be put into the old folks' home soon. Oh God. Oh sweet Jesus. Exactly. No. No, we don't wanna. Are you new here? All we do is bully the bully. Hey, yo, are you new here? Why do you say it like you're Tony Soprano? Hey, yo, what, you new here? Absolutely not. You're gonna learn soon enough, kid. Don't worry. These guys are good Italian Americans. Hey, yo, it's the national pastime to bully Napoleon the Chef. Come on. Give a go. You can't. If you can't rip on, who can you rip on? Hey, what do you mean? Baba Boo. Oh my God. That, in fairness, that's the rule though. You can for me, but you cannot. You can't. Don't bully anybody else in chat, but you can bully me. Because, you know, I at least signed up for it. Oh my God. All right, 6. So that's going. That's gonna do the thing. Gabagoo. Done editing them into the Capitol riot. This isn't the Nap, can I bully MJ? No! No, you can't. You can't bully MJ. You can't bully the mods. You can only bully me. Nobody else agreed to it. My God. You guys are I don't know what you guys... Did you guys get given caffeine today or something? Good Lord. You guys have too much sugar? Lazia. Turkey Valley of the Wolves. It's reading... Oh, yo, Pog! Bully the Nap Bullier. Oh my God. I just can't win. Brick. And Gabagoo. Perfect. They also goes for bullying yourself, no self-deprecated in chat. True. If the bullies consent to being put into pictures of the insurrection. No. You can't take national tragedies and just... You can't just take attempted coups and actually, have you guys seen? Have you guys ever seen the video? It's like there was so at the start of COVID. There's like this person doing like an outdoor Zumba class or whatever that they did online for people. All right, they were just doing like a Zumba class for people online, you know, that anybody could look at. It was a live stream because they were like, yeah, this is like that, and they were like spaced and stuff like that. But so they were just out in the middle of like like a roundabout junction kind of thing. In the midst of like the freeway of an area surrounded by roads, but we're just like using this green space in the center because it was a rather large roundabout as where they were doing their Zumba and live streaming from. All while this happens, behind them, as they're dancing, you see go past them the military of Malaysia as the coup happens to take over the country. You witness a coup happen in the back of this lady doing her Zumba class. It's insane. They seize the gateway to the presidential palace and keep trucking. Sounds like an average. Of course, Chatters. You're right. How could I ever think this wasn't the average day? Oh my god. Hey Nap, are you gonna do a face reveal? Yeah, at some point. That point's been said before, and is nowhere's close to happening. So there is a cutoff for when it would happen. And I'd said, and I've always maintained, you know, if I ever get to 100,000 YouTube subscribers. Exactly. So you can see why. And the reason for that is because at that point, this would probably become more of like a thing and less of just, you know, me absolutely tormenting you twice a week with a stream that you're forced by gunpoint to attend. So it's not something I'm like worried about. You know what I mean? You have a YouTube channel? I do have a YouTube channel. Heyo, I have a YouTube channel. Yeah, it's great. High key recommend. I've done some video essay content there. There's a playthrough stuff going on there. Why didn't you tell me? I don't know. I just assume people know. But yeah, I have a TikTok, which is where I'm probably biggest at. I have a YouTube channel. Actually, it's almost to 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Yeah, let's go. It's pretty big. My quote-unquote biggest thing is my TikTok, where I have 80,000, and then Twitch is just like 7 shy now of 2,000 followers. So pog 6. Thank you, Naruto. For running on in there. Yeah, you never mind. Now I'm just 6 away. Channel, dude. Thanks, man. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've no real face reveal, well, because I just don't really value the idea of face revealing that much. I like anonymity. I like just being vague. I like being just conceptual and corporeal, and just no one knows. You know, it's nice. Naruto himself? The Hokage of the Hidden Leaf Village? All I know about Naruto is that he says, I'm gonna be the next Hokage, and believe it! And that's it. That's oh, and the thing's called Jutsu, I think. Yeah. Shadow Clone, I'm pretty sure. That's what it is. But hello, welcome. How do? I'm gonna put you in the Malaysian coup. No! Don't put me in the Malaysian coup. Oh my god. To watch #traditional. Oh my god. Well, you know, we gotta keep traditions alive. You know, it's important. God, I love tradition. Or at least it's traditional. Camilla. Listen, I'm not saying that like I have an opinion. I just think I think it's funny how that guy says. He says his wife's name, Camilla. I just think it's funny how he pronounces things. Like, I know it's meant to be like the super, I don't know, posh way of talking, but he's like, oh, it's me and Camilla. And I go, how do you call someone that? Like, do they not go home and or not just be like, could you chill? Could you not? Could you maybe just say my name? No, Camilla. Could you maybe? Oh my God. You asked if chat was high on from how we reacted, but I think this is how I act when I've just been so tired for 3 days. Understandable. In fairness, for being awake, if you're ever awake for more than 24 hours, that is the equivalency of having a 0.08 blood alcohol level in terms of your cognitive functional ability, which means it should be illegal for you to drive at that stage. You know? The day I get a nap cease and desist, I win chat. Oh my God. That's the whole, he just says, I'm gonna be, that's it. That's the whole show. That's everything. He just says, I'm gonna be the next, and then the episode ends. No more, no less. It's a simple show, but you know, it's got gumption. It's got the vibes, you know, it's got everything it needs. People sleep on it, but it slaps. Oh my God. Did you guys know that One Piece has been apparently going on since the 90s? That's insane. How? Why? End it. Does it need to still be going? I'm not even saying it's bad or not. I'm just saying, like at a certain point, how is anybody new ever meant to like come to your show? You know? I've gotten sleep. It ain't just that. A lot of napping. Oh, I see what you did there. Emoji crazy look. Understandable. It has over 1,000 episodes. Me too, man, but you don't see me complaining. Get it? Teehee. To watch One Piece, it just happened. Oh my God. You should know everything about One Piece since he's from the yeah, you're right. Just got Chopper. He's a doctor of sorts. He's an MD. He's manic and depressive. He's a manic depressive. He's an MD. You know, he got his MD. You know, he's Chopper. He doctoring. Look at that. Nap is pro One Piece. Exactly. Gabagool. I know it like the back of my hand. You got Luffy, and he's stretchy from a fruit. You got Zolo. What was his name on like 4 Kids or whatever? Oh. Zoro. Hey, he was called Zolo in the English dub. Why? I couldn't tell you. But in the English dub, they called him Zolo. And I only know that because my friend does like One Piece. And it boils their blood. Oh, well. Sucks to suck. Imagine getting emotionally attached to something that's made of fiction, or some sort of fictional element of something. Oh, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. Named Jack in Demon Fruits because I was forced to draw him for a class assignment. A class assignment forced you to draw? Huh? Huh? What class was this? Arithmetic 2? Were you taking maths? I remember I got into it with Sam and Oliver actually at one point about how they say maths. I seemed unimpressed. Also, never mind. I'm not gonna bring it up. Never mind. I'm just saying, Oliver doesn't understand the concept of centrifugal force. All right, he just doesn't get it. For the life of me, he wouldn't understand. This man, I watched this man stream, and he could not, for all the tea in China, he could not get past the beginning of a level because he couldn't get past the freaking tutorial because he didn't understand centrifugal force. And when I tried to tell and explain it, he was like, oh my god. I digress. Don't at the man. I was like, why? This man has clowned on the American education system before, and yet. Nah, Oliver's a good guy. Oh.
Sounds like someone with momentum.
Edward, why are you consistently that funny? Why? 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 Why does it just settle like that? Why does it just like seep in? Oh, you guys are funny, you know that, man? I like chat. You guys are all funny. Well, most of you. Wow. Gotta go. It's my mom's birthday today. Well, happy birthday to your mom. I hope she has a great birthday, and I hope you have a good weekend, dude. Bye. Bye, Lemon Bees. I have to go. I'll edit you into Iceland. There's something my play. Travel safe, Mello. Have a good rest of your evening, and have a fantastic trip and a good weekend. Bye. Oh my god. It was an assignment about a commission and knowing how to price ourselves correctly, so we had to draw One Piece characters per the prof's request, and also a classmate character request. I see. Is your prof just a weeb, or like... There's nothing wrong with that. I'm just curious. I'm like, why One Piece? Like, of all the shows, of all the things to pick, why One Piece? Is the prof invested? Are they just like, ho, guy, love me some One Piece. Give me a piece of that one. I like train. I wrote a song, guys. Oh, Ringo, that's great. Huh? We're gonna put it right up on the fridge. On the fridge, really? Yeah, Ringo, right on the fridge, just for you. Oh, wow, that's real special. Yeah, Ringo, it's great. Oh, wow, on the fridge. Oh, the kids, they love Beatles jokes. They love jokes about the Beatles. That's what they tell me. They tell me, oh, Nap, you want to be hip, you want to be with it, you want to be on top of it. Just fiery jokes, one after the next. You gotta bring up the Beatles. That's how you do it. Oh my god. I'm so glad Nap amuses himself. Listen. Listen. It's like it's 4 hours of time. You think I'm not gonna go insane? Oh my god. If no one else, I can make myself laugh, and that's all that at the end of the day, it's all that matters. Yeah, actually, speaking of it, you know what I can't wait for? You know what I cannot wait for? There's two huge things. So for those, how many of you have seen like the first new Dune movie? Like with Timothée Chalamet. Cause like already, honestly, a good movie. I quite enjoyed it. Personally, I quite enjoyed it. I like Dune to begin with, so you know, I don't know if that factors into it, but I just think I thought it was a really I thought it was a good movie. I'm gonna say shout out blank for his name, but I realized I just said he was a poster. I did incredibly easy to Google. Smart man. Not me. Well, I mean, you don't need to have seen it for this story. But anyway, it's like, so for those who do know, or maybe even just seen the memes last year, or last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, however long ago it was. Anyway, when it was coming out, because it would just have like Timothy Chalamet like stare wistfully into the sand dune sun, and he'd just look over. And what do you mean pull the net? How dare you? He'd look into the sun, he'd be like, what if I'm not the future of House Atreides? And you just hear in the background some lady go, hi! Hi! And you'd be like, okay, Hans Zimmer, chill for a second. And it would just be this like wistful thing. But I'm so excited for like in the new movie, you got 2 key actors getting introduced. One, Austin Butler. So I'm curious if this man's voice is still, because he claims his voice is permanently broken, that he's permanently got this Elvis tone to his voice. Is that gonna be on this desert planet, Austin? Is that gonna be on display, good sir? I don't know. Man's like, oh yeah, it's permanently changed my voice. And I'm like, okay, sure, but does that mean that all your acting will sound like Elvis now? Is that what you are implying, sir? Kind of sounds like it. So I'm curious about that. But then the other one is Christopher Walken is in it. And when I tell you, I'm so excited to see, don't even know all the Atreides. Kwisatz Haderach of the Ashaid, the Kama Sayur. Like, just there's so many words that I want to hear him say. All Atreides, the Kwisatz Haderach, the spice needs to make it. The spice must flow. You don't even know. Like, I want to see that. I want him. I just picture it, and it's so funny to me, man. It kills me. The idea that you just got, of all people, to play the emperor. Yeah, the supreme. It's just Christopher Walken. Are they gonna come in? Paul's gonna be leading his revolution, and he's gonna be like, you must stand down. He's gonna be like, no, I don't wanna. Like that one scene where it's like, where he's like, but I got a gun. He's like, I don't care. I don't care. Oh my god. I'm so ready. I'm so ready for it. All Atreides. The Hashaid. Oh man. You know what's also actually one of the most interesting things from like a I'm not to get analytical or whatever, but one of the most interesting things to me about the about Dune in general is how a lot of the phrasing in it to people today feels very like a lot of people talk about it. It's like, yeah, it's got all these. I remember I saw reviews where people were like, oh, it's got all this weird jargon in it that like nobody know. Like it's just weird space language, you know. Like critiques of it are like when Star Wars characters will be like, dang Ferric or whatever kind of thing, and they're like, they're just making up mumbo jumbo. But like they're not. Is the thing. The like here, one second. Let me find just so I don't butcher it. But what Paul Atreides is called. He's the Muad'Dib. That's what it is, the Muad'Dib. And the Kwisatz Haderach and all these other things. But he's the Muad'Dib. Like words like that and phrases like that were very commonplace in the 20th century when this book was written. They all had to do with effectively colonized areas in the Middle East, and that like the prince who's promised and the savior, the messiah, like all these things. It's all just like language from Islam and like the Muslim world, because like it's all just language from that region. And it's very real ideas and ideologies and thoughts that all existed in cultures that previously existed. And Frank Herbert, who wrote it, like, was intentionally playing on that because all of that kind of stuff was in the news headlines constantly because there was revolutionary stuff going on there. And it's just genuine. Like, if you go back into I think it's like 1920 through 1940, like, you can't find a copy of like the London Times and stuff like that doesn't like reference some of the language used in Dune for some of these elements. And then and his whole point of referencing it was just like as a touchstone for audiences to be like, oh, I understand what's going on, what kind of political conflict this is. But today, a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a bunch of jargon. But it's not. It's like actual, like, previously existing and used terminology that existed. I'm Muslim. Yo, Pog, dude. Then apologies if I butchered the pronunciation. But yeah, it's like from that region, like it was genuine phrases like that. Here, there was another more present one. Yeah, a lot of people no, I can't find the word I'm looking for right now. Anyway, but yeah, I'm not gonna take the time to look it up. But yeah, so there's like a bunch of phrases that effectively mean things like holy wars and stuff like that were all previously existing ideals and ideologies and thoughts and revolutionary fervor and talk that existed. And it's interesting that at its time of authorship of the 1960s, it was meant to be a grounding element of like, oh yeah, anybody who grew up in the last 30 years will have like probably heard of this term before. And then nowadays you just have a bunch of people who are like, oh, what are these fantasy words? And it's like, no, it's not a fantasy word. It's a perfectly legitimate word. It's just in a different language. And they're like, clearly this is all fake and made up. Like, no, it's not. And then do I have? Okay, I do have some. Did I not take the stonecutter with me? Did I leave the stonecutter at the other area? Oh no, it's right there. Creeper? Oh man, got Jace. Hey, one shot. Did he take like fall damage? Because he didn't die instantly. Yeah, let's. $30 of them suckers. How many days old this world is? Yeah, it is 3,054 days old. 3,054. The stonecutter sound is scary. Blame MJ. MJ loves it. MJ loves the stonecutter sound to death. MJ will fight tooth and nail to make sure the stonecutter is used. It's their favorite thing. They just love the stonecutter. They can't be separated from it. Thank God you started using it. And then papa, and then papa, and then papa. Whoop. Whoop. He's like a villager, can't be separated from his work. Oh my God. Not the workstation. No, sweet Jesus. Oh, I need more. I need more, please. Please. I am in need of more. Ow, 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 ow. All the tradies. The pizza. Sadarak. Foo Fighters. Have you ever heard? I'm sure you've heard it before, but so the Foo Fighters at one point or whatever, basically told when they were on SNL, they had told Christopher Walken, who had asked him, was like, oh, what's the emphasis on, foo or fighters? And they were fighters, which it's not, but they knew it was Christopher Walken. And so then he goes out and he goes, ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters. And it's just, if you've ever heard it, it just sounds so funny. It's just, ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters. My God. I love Christopher Walken. He's such a good actor. It's like him and if you're ever on TikTok, Richard E. Grant has his own TikTok now, and this man's unhinged. I don't know what happened to this man, but by God, must have been something. Because you best believe that Richard E. Grant is losing his marbles on TikTok. Dude's just out here like playing in a sprinkler and stuff like that, and I'm like, all right. Pop off, Richard E. Grant. Academy Award winner. Fought tooth and nail for that stone cutter to be used, and now he just does it. I'm so proud. It genuinely just was that I wasn't thinking about it, because it wasn't in Minecraft when I first started playing Minecraft. And so because of that, it's like, oh, I just never thought about it. It wasn't for me either. I moved over so quick. I just think up until now you were never a bit. I'm still not a builder, to be fair, but fair enough. I also never really built big projects prior, so it was never really like a thought. But like, that's like, you know, that's your decision. That's your reasoning. I've known other people who are quote unquote builders who have not without a trumpet. Now this ain't real talent. Now that is real talent. Oh my God. I mean, I play trumpet, so like it's easy to just make the like mentally comparing all the temples in hardcore to the massive square house you made. That wasn't. What do you mean? There was good builds on the RSP. How dare you? There was not a massive square house on the RSP. That is a lie. That is a lie. What do you mean? There was not a massive square house. No. There wasn't it wasn't a square house on the RSP. There was a manor that was like in its early stages but never completed. Lovely. I saw 2 RCP streams and the only thing I ever saw you building was a big dark oak building. It was a rectangle. First of all, it was not a rectangle. First of all, it was not, because it was in its very early stages. But first of all, its design was to be it was designed like that. so that it had an entryway with stairs coming down on either side and a fountain in the middle, which we did have built, and then it had 2 wings and 2 wings. And then yeah, sure, it was elongated that way, but each wing gave it some distinction. And then there was to be a garden coming out this way. We never got to that. And then out here, there was a massive courtyard with greenhouses. And oh my, you're a fiend. You're a menace. I have half a mind to message that like to message an individual that I haven't talked to in a long time and be like, give me the world code. And show it to me. What do you mean it doesn't exist? It doesn't exist. The SMP ended. The stream's chill. I just read that. I just read that the stream's chill. And I'm out here losing my mind. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. That's not a builder in the way that Mumbo Yumbo isn't one. No, because he's... That's giving me way too much credit, but thank you. Thank you, but that's way too much credit. But I appreciate it nonetheless. The stream was chill. Chillax, my guy. I swing rapidly, you see. I swing rapidly between things. Oh, and then I need... Oh, no, I did it! I barely paid attention to the builds on it. I don't think I even saw outside your little pals. I tease, but you are very good building these days. Yeah, I mean, the RSMP ended, about 2 years ago, right? Yeah, 2 years ago, because it ended, and then I started the hardcore world. Everybody be very calm. I'm just gonna go get some food. Everyone be very calm. I'm just gonna go get some food. It's... Oh. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Everything is good. Everything is good now. Oh, thank God. Everyone be very kind. Yo, laddie. I'll do. What happened? I ran out of hunger. Oh, for those that don't know, in hardcore, if you run out of hunger, you die. It doesn't stop at half a heart. It will just kill you if you starve to death. And I had no food on me. I was already low enough I couldn't sprint, and I would have to get over here. So it was like more in the red than I needed it to be. Because, yeah, unlike regular Minecraft, where it'll leave you with half a heart, if you're starving, yeah, in hardcore, it just kills you. That is absolutely a way to die in hardcore. But now we're fine. We got lots of steak. Life's good. Right, guys? Yeah! Woo! Yeah! See, I told you just had to stay calm. Just everyone stay a little calm. Calm yourself. Hello. And just like that, it's all taken care of. I had everything under control. You didn't have to worry for even a moment. I've been here for 2 long years, longer than the hardcore world. I've earned the right. It's not true. MJ's out here like, I've been here since the beginning of time. Oh man, in fairness, MJ has seen me do a lot of stupid things. MJ has seen... You know what? You deserve to live. MJ has seen me do a lot of silly bobilly things that have almost gotten me absolutely killed in this world. And at this point, it's like a world that I've had for over 2 years. So it's like, ooh. Oh, like that time that I brought myself near to death with drowning, all while I was having PC issues that could have resulted in me, like, just lagging slightly and not coming above the water, just to prove a point. So that could have done me in. That would have not been great. Over. Oh my god. I'm still so sad also about for New Depths. New Depths was a great SMP that, like, I had such plan. I feel bad actually kind of about a Sendcraft because I'm like, after New Depths I kind of stopped planning whenever if I was ever on an SMP. Like there'd be people would invite me and I'd be like, yeah. But like after New Depths, it's just kind of like, I put a lot of time into figuring out what I was gonna do on the side for that, or like what I was gonna do on that world. And I even like built extra stuff and everything like that. It's just like, maybe it's best if I just don't do that for future things. But then what that's resulted in is like, which I planned some stuff for Sendcraft, but then I just never got around to building it. And also I just don't think chat ever seemed that interested in New Depths and stuff like that, or in a Sendcraft in the same way that they are for the hardcore world and the like. But you know, that's just taste and stuff like that. Just whatever's tickling your fancy at the time. Just joined a small SMP, but we're going to Bermuda and she has no laptop and she's going to be bedridden for weeks. So meh. Oh god. Did I not grab coal while I was there? I'm a dumb. I'm an idiot. I will say someday I really do need an elytra at this point. Not really trialing out SMPs like Netflix does a show. No time. At all. Okay. In fairness. No. Never mind. I can't say that. Never mind. Or not can't, but I don't want to. Things are just, you know, it's just, think about coordinate. In fairness, what I can say in fairness is think about coordinating when to be on an SMP, you know, coordinating when you want to be on an SMP to be there so other people are also around a stream schedule, but everybody's British. Everyone's British and just not. No, like 5 hours, 5, 6. How far ahead's Britain? 5, 6 hours? 7 maybe even? Like ahead. How far is British Standard Time to Eastern? British. Oh, British. Is it 5 hours? I couldn't remember if it was 5 or 6 or something like that. It isn't the British time zone thing, he just hates Brits. Oh yeah, that's why it's almost exclusively I've worked with British people. For like, literally, I think any collaboration I've ever done has been with British people. Or Irish and British people, I guess, but yeah. Like, that's it. I don't think I have any collaborations with other Americans. Huh. Personal mod. Yeah, that's true. Oh, wait, no, Pink was on a Sendcraft as well. That's true. I don't think we ever actually made anything together outside of, like, appearing on each other's, streams. Actually, I don't even know. Did Pink? No, Pink did appear on when I was streaming on a Sendcraft at one point. Normally, I would just go on and bother them. British person, the chat member? Oh my god, good lord. It's been a hot minute, jeez. This is a deep cut. That is a deep cut, MJ. Oh my god. That's like Piggly Wiggly levels of deep cut. Piggly Wiggly. God, I love that name. or Professor Panic. Is that a deep cut? Do you remember the last time they were here? I don't. Which isn't a negative. I'm just saying, like, yeah, it's like, in terms of recency, yeah, I don't think most new people would know who that was. Piggly Wiggly was, yeah, in fairness, Piggly Wiggly has been around recently. Gombar, I think, has been here relatively recently. Like, within the last 2 months or so. I think, or maybe he hasn't, I don't know. This is a time ant perf. Oh my god. I was gonna say, I think Piggly Wiggly dropped in for the 2 years, but that was a month ago, so I don't know. And then there's Professor Panic. They've also stopped by, which I think the 2 year brought a lot of people out of the woodwork. But yeah. Also, I'm sorry. I feel like that was so loud into the mic. I feel like I just just absolutely blew up the mic. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Back. Panic. Drink iced coffee. Panic attack. Drink iced coffee. Panic attack. Drink iced coffee. Panic attack. Yeah. And then grab this, and that's gonna go there. This is gonna take a long time. I mean, actually, this is like 50% of the way, because the top bit's not nearly as much brick. I'm pretty pleased with how, like, that's a good amount up for what so far. I think. Maybe not. The best computer we have right now is a mobile, and a VR headset isn't really able to game. Isn't the whole point of a VR headset that it can game? Isn't the whole point? You know, she's the one who's bedridden, but he's like, let her use mine. Depends. Actually, fair enough. Fair enough. I'm gonna see if I think there's still some clay back there. Oh, and then I also have to go retrieve some clay from. Oh yeah. I should do that off stream. So many things that go missing, by the way, in terms of like, I know this for a fact. So many things that have gone missing in terms of like what I use for materials have gone missing because they're like in chests hidden in the walls of lore builds. Using a scaffolding. Yeah, it's force of habit. It's a force of habit. What can I say? It's a force of habit. My very, very much completed magical forest. Yep. Very much completed. Very completed. Very cool. Oh, yeah. They're pretty important. No! I refuse! I don't wanna. Actually, I don't really have cartilage in one of my knees anymore. But anyway, that's... Pff, who cares? Who cares? It's fine. Can't just drop stuff? What do you mean? Sure I can. Watch this. See? Look at that. Look at how it spins. It's even spinning. Easy enough, and I can pick it back up, and I can drop it again. Look at that. Your feather falling, so you're all right. Yeah, of course. It'd be a real problem if I didn't. It would present a real conundrum. You happy though? I took the scaffolding. Huh? Huh? Scaffolding. You can drop stuff. See, here's some brick. And I think there might even be some clay in the next one over. I'm just gonna grab that as well, and then grab that. And there is still some clay. What do you know? And this mud that can be turned into clay. Oh, it's all coming up Millhouse, baby. Let's go. Scaffolding. I've never heard oh yeah. It is really coming. This world's coming along, man. I mean, it's 2 years into it, so it really should be. But you know, it's nice. I'm digging it. Whop. Yeah, that's right. I parkoured on some lily pads. That's right. I'm cool. I'm hip. I'm with it. Where did I go wrong? I lost a friend somewhere along in the bitterness. So now, will you get the vibe if I only did I don't know, Edward. I don't know. Yeah, you're fine, dude. You're fine. You're not wearing your diamond booty. I know. I don't have diamond boots with featherfall. Now that's about Edward. That song's now about Edward now. Where did Edward go wrong? He didn't finish an amphitheater. Something in the bitterness. How could I stay up with someone? With you? With you all night? How to save a life? Mr. Sheep! Mr. Sheep! Hi. We're friends. He's a good friend of mine. Oh yeah, I also have like 30 of those things stocked somewhere, each full of like 3 bees apiece. They're all gonna go into the big crystal palace. Your gold shoes. What do you mean? No, I said yeah. My gold ones have feather falling. I said I don't have diamond ones that have. I don't have diamond boots with feather falling. Only gold. It's only gold. That's Mr. Woolers. Oh, Mr. Wollersby. Why? Because I don't wear the diamond boots. I don't wear the diamond. Oh wait, no. Sorry, I know what you mean. I had a pair. But they broke, and then I just made the gold ones, and the gold ones have mending, and then they don't break. But they broke when I was getting bone meal for to make the skeletons, the giant skeletons for the lore build. So during that time, I wasn't watching my armor that closely, and I didn't remember that they didn't have mending on them, and I just kept like, because all I would do during that whole time was just literally, because none of these were here. And that wasn't there either. But like from that park to there, I would run laps and just fight every single. They broke off stream, like they broke just one time while I was fighting skeletons and creepers and stuff. Like a creeper blew up next to me and that broke them, and then I had to run and go make something new, and then I was like, I gotta go into the nether anyway, I'll just make it a friggin' thing. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it just, they broke. Happens. Is it Jeff Bezos? He doesn't have diamonds just lying around. I mean, actually, as a matter of fact, I have a pair of diamond boots lying around. But, here, we'll go look at those in a second. I mean, I have a pair made somewhere. I just never wore them, really. All right. All right. I keep accidentally thinking there's something like crawling on me. There's not, like, I mean a bug or something like that. I keep thinking there is. There's not, but I keep thinking there is. Because my hair is long, like longer than it's ever been now, and so like it's just like it's getting into that, like, I don't know, weird like hockey hair stage, you know what I mean, where it's like on my neck and I'm like, ah, and then I just go, ah! And then, oh my god. And so I keep thinking I'm feeling something, because like I move my head slightly and then I feel like something just drag lightly against my neck, and I'm like, oh, and I'm like, oh, whew, thank god. Oh jeez, don't do that, man. You scared me. You spooked me. Don't do that. Gee, Bon. I didn't know. Gee, Fred. I don't have enough stuff. I need more things. I need more stuff and things. I got the brick, but now I don't got the stupid calcite, whatever it is, the andesite, whatever it is. My hair's getting a little too long right now, but my grandma's in Colombia for 6 months and she's my barber, so I ain't getting a cut until Christmas. I was supposed to this summer, but I said no. I mean, I think there's something good about like I was meant to forever ago, but then I was like, well, I'm just gonna let it grow, because I've never let my hair grow, so I don't know. Like, I've let it get shaggy, but I've never like let it grow too much. So I just kind of like, I've never gotten to experience it. And I'm like, yeah, why not? And now I'm gonna, I'm chasing the 2011 trend of a man bun. Oh yeah. My hair touches my ear, so it scares me. I hate bugs. Both of these things, entirely understandable. Oh my god. It's weird. Oh, also, it takes so long to dry. I hate that. I hate that so much. I don't want it. I mean, in fairness, like 2011 to 20 basically. I'd say up until about the 2012. Like, even now, you can still find people with man buns like that. That's still quote unquote trendy. It just, I think it like started around that same time, because 2011-12 was also the same period where like everything was weirdly bacon flavored, and there was like the mustache thing that like millennials would do. They'd like have the weird like glasses with the hanging mustache on a chain. You know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Is that, do I sound insane? Do I sound just bonkers right now? I mean, I know we've talked about that period before, but 2010 was the time I started, but 2013 was bigger time for it, and 2015 was peak. Yeah, that sounds probably right. That sounds about right. And it's been somewhat on the decline. Was early. I knew that. I mean, if you say so. If you say so. I was just ballparking. But yeah, no, I got little boots. I got little boots. They got feather fall on them. I just don't use them because they're diamond, and they need mending. Edward knows all the history. It's his job. Yeah, his principal secretary. It's his role. It's his role. Oh, we use Wiki. Oh my god. That reminds me of, do you ever see that clip of Henry Cavill? He's like interviewing, or somebody's interviewing him about like being Theseus or whatever, and the guy's like, so how is it to play like a demigod or whatever? He's like, well, first of all, he's not a demigod. He's, and they're like, oh, that's what it says on Wikipedia. He's like, oh, okay, all right. What, Wikipedia? Are you using Wikipedia? Is your son? And he like, oh my god. I was there for the. Oh, baby. Oh my god. Well, because yeah, no, he starts like, because anyway, because Henry Cavill, he's like, well, because first of all, he's not a demigod. If you read the original, he quotes something out of, I don't know, like Tale of Theseus or whatever. And then like, yeah, the guy's like, whatever, and I don't know, I forget what it is. Yo, Andrea, it's 21. Thank you so much for the follow. Hey, yo, we're 5 away from 2,000. But yeah, no, it was just like him being like, Wikipedia. I'm Napo. How do? How's life? How's the wife? How's the kids? Hopefully good. Hopefully good. Do I have any more of the little grumbly grumbly block that I need? I don't think so. I'll probably have to go mine some, but I might just do that off stream at some point. Hey, but I'm doing great, man. How are you? Can't complain. Isn't that ending yet? Hello, you're on the plane. You're on a plane watching stream? Bro! Oh my god. Do you want any kind of graphic stuff? What? Wait, like violence? I'm good. I'm much that I know most people see me and they go, oh god, there's somebody who could snap somebody with his pinky finger. They could do away with them. You know, I know most people believe this. You know, they see me and they go, oh gee, oh blimey, there is the strongest man in the world. But you know, I'd just say, oh, like emotes bad or something. Oh, I mean, off the top of my head, I'm not commissioning anybody. I usually go to the artist I usually go to is who commissioned who I commissioned most of my stuff from. Which they're great. They're fantastic work. Genuinely, like, so sick. You're so dumb, Nep. What? I'm not. What do you mean? Actually, I might end up needing a new slew of emotes, but I normally go to the same person. He's all. But yeah, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I don't know. I may do. But nothing off the top of my head right now. The nap grind doesn't stop. You can't be on an airplane watching. Won't that mess with their systems? Isn't that a whole thing? They're like, hey, don't be on your phone. You'll blow up the plane. I'm like 90% sure that's a whole thing. Yeah. Oh my god, I thought I grabbed seeds. I'm an idiot. 1 second. Let me just. Just really quickly, 1 second. So I'm just really quickly checking something. Apologies for that. That was just a more important thing for a second. Sorry, I just got a message about something. A legitimate one. I swear to God, I'm not going into a long thing. Do you know who Jaden Williams? Is that the animator on YouTube? Jaden Animations? The plane's trying to market safety to me. Ah! Oh my God. Actually, you know what? Funny enough, the Jasper Scream, like the Screm, that emote is apparently my #1 used emote in other people's chats, which I don't know. I don't know who's using them, and I don't know what chats they're going to with them. Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't mean to dip out. So I had to confirm something. I don't know how it's most used. Well, no, it's not even most used. It's most used specifically in other people's chat. So I don't know who has it and then is using it in other chats. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? I think I've used it a few times. I mean, I'm glad. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I loved it. It's literally, I just deep fried an image of my cat. It's literally my cat. It's just... like, I love it. It's just, I'm like, why other people's chats? What relevance would this have? I just couldn't fathom why it would be used. Oh my God, I'm just gonna climb up through the wall. Oh my God. Ow! Like, for the life of me, I can't imagine why people would be using it other ones. You know what? Actually, I'm probably gonna end up stream right now, just cause yeah, we're basically at the end of it. As you can, I know where he is on January 6th. No, you did not. That's the line. That's the line right there. Jasper would never. Jasper's a delight. Jasper's a delight to be around. Oh my God. In this chat since June. Oh my God. That's so often though. I understand. Like, I think it is the one that most people unlock. Cause you can unlock a sub with whatchamacallit? Channel points. I use the cat one in other streams chat a lot times. No, hey, I mean, dude, that's Pog, man. Use it in other chats. I love when people use them in other chats. Any of the emotes. I think that's great. I think that's funny. But yeah, we will be. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna end up. We're only about 10 minutes early, but 10 minutes isn't really enough to really do too much. It's so eepy. MJ needs to get some sleep. Anyway, but thanks everybody for coming out. I really do appreciate it. I hope you all had a wonderful week. I hope you all should feel proud of what you accomplished in June, even though it was unbeknownst to you, but still you accomplished it nevertheless. And I put that on you guys. And oh shit, we don't need. Oh my God, go to Bermuda tomorrow. Yippee! Oh my good gracious. Well, enjoy Bermuda. My God, don't. Stay safe in Bermuda, my God. Anyway, Jetters, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening. I hope you have a fantastic weekend, and I will see you Monday. Oh, thanks, dude. That's so kind of you. See you Monday, chat. Bye, Jet. Bye. Bye, Jet. Bye.